Huang Chenshan, the daughter of Huang Xinping, is very rebellious. A 50th anniversary celebration of high school brought together classmates who had been separated for more than 20 years, frequent gatherings, and the past feelings were stirred up. As an associate professor at the university, Shi Zhaoyang helped Huang Chenshan, the rebellious daughter of Huang Xinping, overcome her youth confusion and transform from corruption to self-improvement due to her love for her first love, Huang Xinping, from being disinterested in learning to being eager to learn. At the same time, the relationship between Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Xinping was further elevated. People have different opinions on this matter. In the article, the emotional entanglement between classmates and the conflict between Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Xinping's wife Zhang Xiaoling have created numerous obstacles to guide Huang Chenshan. Huang Chenshan is very confused and conflicted about the relationship between adults. Shi Zhaoyang's various tactics against Huang Chenshan during the rebellious period are very unique. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 1. The Girl with Earrings on the Dining Car. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. It is the 50th anniversary of Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, bringing these former high school students back together. High school classmates who had not seen each other for over 20 years were once again reunited by fate. Shi Zhaoyang did not expect that his life trajectory would change as a result. Years later, Shi Zhaoyang no longer sang the song, For You, that she once liked, and even couldn't listen to this melody. Later on, when I saw Chen Ming, the singer I liked, on TV, I would also think of Huang Chenshan, the tightly held hand, the heart-wrenching voices, and the tangled days. At this moment, Shi Zhaoyang would definitely not be able to hold back his tears and cry while covering his face. However, the familiar singing voice will eventually seep into her ears, merge into her mind, and make her emotions unable to calm down for a long time. Sending you warm winter sunshine all the way, soothing the little sadness in your heart, along the way, I will shine the starry sky for you. If you get lost in the dark, let love guide you. When Shi Zhaoyang learned about the anniversary of Dingzhou No. 1 High School, she was on a train to Yinzhou to attend the national seminar on high school student rebellion and guidance. The person who called her was Huang Xinping, the deputy class monitor during her high school years. To be honest, these high school classmates have been separated for over 20 years, and in Zhaoyang's mind, they still look like their student days back then. What will be the life after more than 20 years of separation? This kind of mystery is full of mystery. Shi Zhaoyang herself is a particularly curious person, and her curiosity about the answer excites her immensely. As the saying goes, when old classmates meet and break up one pair after another, you have to be careful. Huang glasses had a hint of teasing. Shi Zhaoyang smiled and said, Okay, it's been a long time since the waves subsided. I'm looking forward to it. Huang glasses continued, You probably only hope for Huang Xinping, right? Haha, he is now a middle-level leader in a large state-owned enterprise, with young and beautiful girls lining up around him. However, maybe the wine is still fragrant and you still have a chance. Ha ha ha. Upon hearing the name Huang Xinping, the image of a white-faced scholar immediately came to Zhaoyang's mind, somewhat quiet, introverted, melancholic, and of course, somewhat handsome. In middle school, Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Xinping had a good relationship and often walked to school together. It is reasonable for Huang glasses to say so. Shi Zhaoyang can still remember Huang Xinping's former appearance, but he doesn't know what he will become in more than 20 years. When I thought about it this way, there was a hint of longing. As night fell, the scenery outside the car window became blurry, with only the sun appearing particularly bright. On the endless plain, it seemed to be supported by the horizon, completely different from the mountains and waters in the south of Dingzhou. Shi Zhaoyang went out to the dining car to eat. She saw the little girl sitting next to her in the dining car holding her in her arms and wanted to take the initiative to tease her. The little girl smiled at her, and as Zhaoyang was infected, she reached out and gently pinched her face. In the dining car, there are still some people sitting around the table, still drinking beer. At this moment, a table near the door made some sounds, which felt strange and a bit harsh. Shi Zhaoyang followed the sound and saw the female waitress in the dining car holding a menu and arguing with two female passengers about something, faintly hearing about ordering soup. The waitress said, "There's no soup in the dining car. Look who only orders soup and doesn't order anything." The older female passenger, with her back facing Shi Zhaoyang, couldn't hear what she was saying, and could only see a woman with an explosive hairstyle. And the waitress, standing and facing Shi Zhaoyang, had a loud voice, so she could hear more clearly. She said, "There are rules here. If you have any objections, I'll let you know. The conductor's carriage will move forward 2 carriages, carriage number 10, you can go find it." After finishing, she went to order for the other passengers. Shi Zhaoyang sat down in the dining car. Not long after, the waitress finished ordering and then caught fire with the explosive woman. The gunpowder from both sides became much stronger this time. The waitress asked the explosive woman to leave the dining car, but the explosive woman ignored her. The other female passenger facing Shi Zhaoyang, to be precise, should be a girl, 13 or 14 years old, probably still a junior high school student. Her expression was anxious, and she was muttering something, probably to persuade the explosive woman across from her. It seems that these two female passengers should be mothers and daughters. A row of shiny earrings on the girl's ears are very eye-catching. The waitress left again, busy ordering dishes. The sensitivity of his profession made Shi Zhaoyang feel that this earring girl must have a story, and he wanted to get close to the mother and daughter. At this moment, a middle-aged male train attendant came over and walked directly to the two female passengers at the adjacent table. He said straightforwardly, "If you don't order, please go out." The explosive woman immediately replied, "I ordered soup." The male train conductor widened his eyes and said, "The soup is sold out." The explosive woman immediately responded, "I'll wait, you do it for me." The male train conductor, however, was choked and speechless. He just stared again, turned around, and left, muttering a foul word in a low voice. The explosive woman still sat stiffly there, her chest heaving and feeling her anger. Shi Zhaoyang already understood the true inside of this argument. From the luggage under the dining table of the two female passengers, it can be seen that they may not have seats and want to take a seat in the dining car. This kind of thing is common for people who frequently travel. Sitting in the dining car, I immediately ordered a few dishes, feeling at ease and comfortable, chatting while eating, just like sitting in a restaurant. And I also ordered wine, I have to drink slowly and endure the time. The two female passengers ordered only one soup and carried several xiaolongbao with them, which did not reach the minimum consumption level of the dining car, so they quarreled. Shi Zhaoyang walked over and said to the explosive woman, "You don't have a seat, do you? Come to our soft seat carriage. There are still 2 empty seats at my end." The explosive woman looked up and down at Shi Zhaoyang a few times, then squeezed out a smiling face and said, "It's good for us to do this. Thank you." At this moment, the waitress finished ordering and came over again, starting a new round of arguments, with a momentum of escalating conflicts. I saw that the waitress said, "Show me your ticket." The explosive woman said, "Why should I show you?" The waitress said, "This is my responsibility." The explosive woman said, "You call the conductor over." The waitress said, "Call the train conductor. You deserve it too." The explosive woman said, "You don't deserve to talk to me, go away." She stood up and pointed at the other person with her fingers. The waitress said, "I'll go away. You're not mistaken, this is my territory." She also reached out and pointed back. With an uncompromising stance, war seems to be on the verge of breaking out. The people in the dining car stopped eating and focused on watching. Shi Zhaoyang was a bit worried that they might get into a fight, mainly because she was worried about the still somewhat childish earring girl. She wanted to get in touch with her more, which may be her professional habit. Shi Zhaoyang stood up and went over to persuade the fight. The waitress left immediately. Shi Zhaoyang advised explosive women, "Are you taking your children out for summer vacation to play? When going out, try to seek safety and avoid disputes." The explosive woman replied, "You think I'm willing, it's too deceiving." Shi Zhaoyang said, "If you order just one dish, won't it be okay?" The explosive woman responded, "I don't like to eat, and there is no rule that requires ordering dishes and not soup." Shi Zhaoyang said, "You need to order in the dining car to occupy a seat, otherwise." The explosive woman immediately responded, "I ordered soup." Shi Zhaoyang said, "There is a minimum consumption level here. You only order one soup for 5 yuan, which is not enough." "Alright, let me help you order a dish." The explosive woman responded, "The dishes here are unpleasant, no, I'll just order soup." This woman already had a face full of anger, which was obviously difficult to calm down. As soon as she spoke, a black mole on the edge of her mouth trembled. Judging from her age, she is still in her early 40s. Although her attire is not luxurious, she is still neat. Although her hairstyle is explosive, she still has a stylish and neat appearance, not like someone who can't afford to order a single dish. Just obvious yellow stains on the teeth and rosy cheeks, it's not clear whether it's congestion from emotional excitement or wearing rouge. After a while. But soon, a voice rang out again in the dining car, "Take out the ticket, check it." A male train conductor who had not shown his face was checking one by one. When these 2 female passengers were found, the earring girl handed out the 2 tickets but did not let go. The male train conductor said, "Show me, I'll still grab you." The earring girl then released her hand and let her see. After the male train conductor reviewed it, he returned it to her and went on to check the next round. It feels like this male train conductor is also here to complete the task of the female train conductor not checking the tickets in front of him. Shi Zhaoyang wanted to chat with the girl with earrings, so he asked, "Little beauty, is it summer vacation? Where are you going to play?" Before the girl could answer, the explosive woman said, "Take out the steamed buns and braised vegetables you brought and see what they can do to me." The girl with earrings lowered her head and rummaged through the bag under the dining table, without lifting her head for a long time. Shi Zhaoyang suddenly felt that the little girl looked very much like a person. She thought for a moment, but didn't remember it for a moment. However, the indistinguishable pronunciation of F and H between the mother and daughter made Shi Zhaoyang know that they must be from Dingzhou. So he asked, "Are you from Dingzhou?" The girl with earrings looked at Shi Zhaoyang in surprise and said, "How do you know?" Shi Zhaoyang smiled and continued, "I can read faces." The earring girl seemed to be interested in the fashionable big-eyed aunt in front of her, and without hesitation, she said, "My mother believes most in people who look good. My mother said that my appearance is rich and noble." "Auntie, do you think so?" "Well, I need to take a closer look. Your ears are growing very well, with long and thick earlobes, but how come you have so many ear holes?" Shi Zhaoyang thought to himself. "Can you not answer? My dad is going to hit me for these ear holes. Why didn't your dad come out with you guys?" "My dad is very busy. Check your household registration. Don't mention that suffocating ghost, he works all day long. Marrying him is really unlucky for 8 lifetimes." The older woman spoke up, stopping Shi Zhaoyang from continuing to ask. Based on his professional sense, Shi Zhaoyang discovered that the earring girl was a problematic girl and in a rebellious period. I originally wanted to say something and explain some precautions to this mother. However, there was an obvious unfriendly tone in the woman's words, so let it go. However, looking at the girl with earrings, Shi Zhaoyang suddenly felt an extremely complex feeling in his heart, as if he had knocked over a bottle of 5 flavors. Overall, it was uncomfortable. Until Shi Zhaoyang left the dining car, the soup of the mother and daughter passengers never came up, and no one came to argue with them again. The 2 of them looked out of the window and ate the xiaolongbao and pickled vegetables they had brought, Slowly when Shi Zhaoyang left the dining car, he turned back to look at the girl with earrings, but there was a feeling of familiarity. Where have you seen it before? 2. Gathering of classmates on school anniversary. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. After returning from Yinzhou, Shi Zhaoyang simply put his long hair behind his head, a horse's tail, as when he was a student. Then he looked left and right, adjusted his appearance, smiled with satisfaction, and sprayed French perfume slightly on the ear roots, and went out. She ignited the Ford car, fastened her seatbelt, and called Xiao Hongmei and Huang Xulan respectively, making plans to attend the school anniversary together at Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School. Xiao Hongmei, who took over first, immediately knew that she had carefully tidied up and put on a light makeup. She wore a fashionable floral long dress, which was magnificent. Huang Xulan is purely going to watch the excitement. Her attire was casual, wearing a short double-breasted shirt with a tight waistline, appearing small and delicate. Shi Zhaoyang introduced Xiao Hongmei and Huang Xulan. Huang Xulan was also quick-witted, and the two of them quickly became acquainted. The school gate was already crowded with people, and Shi Zhaoyang and the others followed the guide signs at the entrance to find the grade reception classroom. Perhaps she came earlier and saw that there were not many people in the classroom, only recognizing Huang Glasses, where he was pointing his finger. Oh, Director Shi is here, welcome. Huang Glasses saw Shi Zhaoyang standing at the door of the classroom, eagerly welcoming him. Huang Glasses, you've worked hard, Shi Zhaoyang deliberately said in an official tone, feeling a bit humorous. He laughed first. Huang Glasses exaggeratedly praised Xiao Hongmei, saying, wow, our red plum blossom, our school flower, is really becoming more and more beautiful. Xiao Hongmei smiled and humbly said, Huang must be joking, it's already a woman. What else can we talk about beauty? Huang Glasses then said, it should be said that she is becoming more and more charming, hee hee. Huang Glasses said to Huang Xulan, this beautiful student, forgive me for being presumptuous. I'll register my name. Huang Xulan. Huang Xulan. How come I don't remember? I'm Orchid, not Red Plum Blossom, unknown. Of course I can't remember. Isn't it? Shi Zhaoyang and Xiao Hongmei only chuckled secretly on the side. Huang Glasses, being busy and not taking too much care of himself, could only smile apologetically. By the way, how do I handle donations? Can I swipe my card? Shi Zhaoyang asked. I would like to consult Principal Feng about this issue. Generally, people donate in cash in the name of their organization, and providing an account is sufficient. Personal donations are all in cash. Shi Zhaoyang came to the finance department alone, took out his bank card, and hasn't swiped it yet. Someone came carrying a camera and pointed the microphone at her. Are you Director Shi? I heard that you personally donated 50,000 yuan to the 50th anniversary celebration of your alma mater. What do you think? Shi Zhaoyang looked at the reporter and playfully said, what did you think? There's nothing new. Oh, 50,000 yuan is not a small idea. It's a big idea. Shi Zhaoyang was amused by the reporter and said happily, more than 20 years ago, this place nurtured me. Now, it has provided a lot of support for my research on high school student rebellion and guidance. Of course, I want to be grateful to my alma mater. It's just that simple. Shi Zhaoyang didn't want to pester the media too much and came out after handling the donation. Walking alone in the campus of my alma mater No. 1 Middle School, feeling everything here. In front of Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, although still located in the lush jungle, its appearance has been updated and the weather has become clearer. The school gate is new and a more magnificent modern-style building. A tall office building has been built on the small pond in my memory. The sand and gravel roads of the past were all replaced by smooth cement roads. The modern atmosphere of the teaching building, library, dormitory building, etc. made her feel like she was somewhere else. Only the still majestic learning building maintained its original style, with red brick walls, red glazed tiles, and the familiar slogan, "Study hard, make progress every day." It looked very special in the overall modern architecture, but made Shi Zhaoyang feel familiar and friendly. It is said that there was a heated debate over whether to preserve this oldest building. Some people say that this old-fashioned teaching building should have entered history and is not in harmony with the overall style of the school. Some say that the elderly have feelings for the old building, and the old building can witness the long history of Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, making it a treasure of the school. After all, people have a nostalgic heart. Shi Zhaoyang walked on the playground of Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, as if seeing the scene of Huang Xinping playing basketball here back then. A burst of osmanthus fragrance drifted over and led her towards the forest. Walking along the once bouncing campus path, her thoughts unconsciously took her back to her student days more than 20 years ago, and her footsteps unconsciously led her to various corners of the campus. Her eyes unconsciously searched for familiar things, but her mouth hummed the campus song of the past. Along the familiar path of the campus, in the early morning, I came to the tree to read, and the rising sun shone on my face, and I also found the small tree next to me. Looking around the campus, Shi Zhaoyang couldn't help but feel disappointed. Although things are not very common, most people are also different. Shi Zhaoyang returned to the classroom again. At this moment, several classmates arrived one after another, but she didn't know each other, perhaps from another class, or maybe she couldn't recognize them. Xiao Hongmei has already gone with other classmates. Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Shulan casually flipped through the information in their briefcase. She first opened Alumni Record and flipped through a section of the history of her alma mater. Flipping to the page of my own class, I found that many names are unfamiliar or seem familiar. It's no wonder that when I was studying, I kept adjusting my class, and suddenly a large number of students from a certain high school transferred to different classes, which were divided into fast, medium, and slow classes. In high school, it is divided into humanities and science classes. Therefore, many students do not have much impression. Shi Zhaoyang opened Professor Guo Jingyao's collection of essays, and she vaguely remembered that elegant image. The most memorable moment is when he talked about Zhu Ziqing's Moonlight in the Lotus Pond. Teacher Guo is also very gentle, wrapped around a long scarf, as if it were Zhu Ziqing's appearance. Huang Glasses walked over and flipped through the folded pages of Alumni Record. He pointed to Shi Zhaoyang in his own names and said, "Look, we were classmates, right?" Shi Zhaoyang recalled, "There were too many students in our class back then, why didn't I know so many people?" Huang Glasses said, "But others remember you." Shi Zhaoyang casually flipped through the school anniversary special issue and saw an article by Huang Xinping called, "Returning to School Without Clothes and Brocade." She found the title interesting and carefully read it. My thoughts also returned to the innocent era of studying at my alma mater with the article. I think Huang Xinping's article is very well written, with literary talent and artistic conception. The theme of this article is, whether successful or not, students are all students from Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, and they should come to congratulate their mother on her 50th birthday. Intended to guide students to participate in school anniversary activities. Has Huang Xinping arrived yet? Shi Zhaoyang asked Huang about his glasses. Not yet, the leader is busy. At this moment, a few more classmates came in. Shi Zhaoyang recognized Mo Hongwei and Mao Jimin at a glance. Mo Hongwei is still so handsome and full of energy. In high school, he was a member of the Military Sports Commission, and his handsome appearance from that time still takes root in his mind. Now, his forehead has some raised wrinkles, which gives him a mature man's charm. Mao Jimin, on the other hand, only had a sense of similarity, and his body had swollen completely. When he met him on other occasions, Zhaoyang would definitely not recognize him. They obviously also saw Shi Zhaoyang. Mao Jimin deliberately exaggerated and loudly said, "Oh, who is this beautiful classmate?" Shi Zhaoyang is right. Oh. It's actually the 18th transformation of the female college. The students arrived one after another, and many of them were shouting and hugging each other, looking up and down, and then started chatting. The topics they talked about were nothing more than working there, the benefits of the workplace, the children, and their current situation. However, Shi Zhaoyang always couldn't remember where they worked, but how children could remember. She noticed that if her child's grades were good, she would speak up and show off. A few students either turned around and walked away, lowered their heads and remained silent, or chatted with their classmates around them. Shi Zhaoyang estimated that the children of these classmates should have nothing to show off. Class monitor Tang Yenyun, school flower Xiao Hongmei, and a group of female classmates were also following Huang Glasses and the others, laughing happily, as if saying that it was really innocent and interesting back then. Then, a few female classmates started chattering there again, all they could say was that your skin is really good. They walked out with their daughter and thought it was two sisters. How did they take care of it? So, what brand of skin care product am I using? It's more expensive, but it's genuine and affordable. Well, you're not that fat either. Your figure is similar to when you were a student, unlike me who gained weight even when I drank plain water. That said, yes, Mao Jimin joked to me that looking back, he thought he had gone back 20 years, but looking back, he saw that he had gone back 20 years to today, and it was like he was traveling. That's right, but I do yoga every day. Didn't you practice? That said, your hair is still black and blue as before. Well, that's right, the old look is the old look, my hair has been dyed. Lao San. Mao Jimin, holding a pen and notebook, asked Shi Zhaoyang and his group of female classmates for their phone numbers and claimed to write a classmate's phone number book. Shi Zhaoyang reported his own number and caressed Mao Jimin's big belly, saying, "If I ran into you outside, I wouldn't know you anymore. It's completely Transformers. You have all the baldness and big belly that I dislike the most. To put it bluntly, don't say I'm studying together outside." Mao Jimin found Huang Shulan to register her phone number, and Huang Shulan playfully said, "I don't have a phone." Mao Jimin immediately said, "This is easy. Find the boss, Mr. Huang. This is his job. He handles communication." Shi Zhaoyang said, "This is my college classmate Huang Shulan." Shi Zhaoyang found that his classmates were chatting in groups of 3 or 5 in the classroom, and the people who were chatting were actually the ones who played closer to them at school. Male classmates Huang Glasses, Mao Jimin, and Mo Hongwei gathered here, talking those ancient words. At Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School, there were famous 4 brothers, namely Huang Glasses, Mo Hongwei, Mao Jimin, and Huang Xinping. At that time, these 4 brothers were inseparable. Mao Jimin and Mo Hongwei were quite mischievous and caused a lot of trouble. They fought with their own brothers and formed a group of 4. The most impressive impression of the 4 brothers among classmates is on the basketball court. Mo Hongwei is tall and a key center forward, Mao Jimin is big, like a tank, playing as a vanguard, Huang Glasses is a point guard with strong ball control ability and excellent passing skills, Huang Xinping is a skilled pitcher. However, there were no 3-pointers at that time, otherwise the score would have been even worse. Due to the tacit cooperation of the 4 brothers, they are the main players on the field. In addition, Ma Dongsheng and Xia Jianping, Class 113 was invincible in the class competition of Dingzhou No. 1 Middle School. At that time, I had just finished watching the movie Big Waves Rushing Through the Sands, and there were 4 sworn brothers in it. According to their age, Huang Glasses was the largest, followed by Mo Hongwei, Mao Jimin was the 3rd, and Huang Xinping was the youngest, ranking 4th. Mao Jimin suffered the most, often being called Yu Hongkue or even traitor. Shi Zhaoyang suddenly discovered the new world and said to Huang Glasses, "I remember, you're the eldest among the 4 brothers." "Oh, you've already said you're the eldest, isn't that enough? If you insist on mentioning who the deputy class leader is, how can I remember?" This sentence made everyone burst into laughter. "You 4 brothers are just as close as the 4th brother Huang Xinping." "Yes, he promised to come." Speaking of Cao Cao, Cao Cao will arrive. Isn't that Huang Xinping? When Huang Xinping appeared in the classroom, Shi Zhaoyang's eyes were straight. Not that Huang Xinping's appearance still keeps the style of his school days, but more importantly, another face appears in Shi Zhaoyang's mind, that is, the earring girl he met on the train to Yinzhou is just like Huang Xinping. 3. Cross Time and Space Tutoring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, Huang Xinping, classmate. Hello, classmate Shi Zhaoyang. Your leader has become too busy and arrived late. Look at what you're saying, they're all classmates without a leader. When it comes to leaders, there's only class leader Tang and deputy class leader Quang. Shi Zhaoyang looked at Huang Xinping exaggeratedly, his mouth curled, and he said in a gloomy tone, you should be pampered. Time has not left any marks on you, and your face is shiny. Huang Xinping instinctively touched her cheeks with both hands, but in reality, she didn't touch anything. So, she spread her hands and said, don't laugh at me. I'm afraid my female classmates will laugh at me the most. Tang Yenyun saw it and jokingly said, what did you two do while you were studying? So, it's good to match you up. The more we match up, the farther we go. Now we want to make up for classes, right? The class monitor's words actually reminded them of their student days. At that time, although they were sitting at the same table, they were basically arranged by the teacher to help. Shi Zhaoyang's grades are good. Huang Xinping, besides being good at Chinese, is average in math, physics, and chemistry. Shi Zhaoyang's Chinese language is relatively weak compared to his own, not as good as his, especially in composition, where pinyin is a mess. In middle school, she didn't take the pinyin exam, but these A, O, and E still entangled her, but they became English letters and words and sentences composed of them. Later, Shi Zhaoyang summarized that she has a strong sense of numbers and likes 123, he has a strong sense of writing and language ability, and a love for AOE. She said it was a remedial class, but in reality, she helped him, while she said it was complimentary. At that time, Huang Xinping's personality was introverted and quiet, appearing a bit lonely and not very sociable. I often read books alone, mostly novels. Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Shua Tang, Water Margin and other compulsory courses at that time. At that time, he still had a touch of local flavor on his body. Shi Zhaoyang is relatively sunny. A typical city girl, riding a bicycle, floats by, with the horse tail tied with a red butterfly flying in the wind. Usually, a clear greeting is given to him as he walks, and then gradually disappears from his gaze. It should be said that he is a person with a rich inner world that does not exceed words, and he likes to use words to express himself instead of words. He has written some hazy poems, which are a bit like love, but in that era, they could not be promoted. He just expressed them to his idol in his heart. He likes her tutoring, especially her beautiful horse tail, which always tickles his face unintentionally when there is wind. Therefore, she was also misty multiple times in the poetry of his diary. Shi Zhaoyang seemed to enjoy tutoring him as well, and she found that while explaining to him, she also became more aware of some unclear questions. She felt that although he was lonely and melancholic, he also seemed to have a feeling of calmness and maturity. Although Huang Xinping's grades have not improved significantly, this mutual help has left behind some beauty, and they feel like they belong to good friends. Today, they met again, and time has passed for 20 years. The classroom is too lively. They walked out of the classroom and headed towards the west wall. There is a small forest there, which used to be a good place for students to read in the morning. Today on campus, the trees are taller and more lush than before. At that time, the trunk of the tree was only thicker than its arms, probably just a nursery. Looking at the thick trunk of the tree and the person in front of me, they were all middle-aged people with some vicissitudes, and an indescribable sigh suddenly surged in my heart. Although they haven't seen each other for many years, Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Xinping didn't feel any discord and casually asked about each other's situation along the way. The sun was shining brightly that day, with wisps of light leaking from the woods, causing them to flicker between light and darkness. They sat down on the concrete floor of the air raid shelter, and the topic revolved around the interesting stories among their classmates. Shi Zhaoyang timely shifted the topic. Shi Zhaoyang said that you are living very well now and have a great reputation. You are a strong person in life, so it should be you who gave me extra classes. Huang Xinping said, I'm not qualified, right? You're a university professor, more than a teacher. Shi Zhaoyang said that he is an associate professor, and we have swept a lot of them in our university. That's also stronger than me. Then it's still the same as before, complimentary. Both of them laughed. Unexpectedly, the previous tutoring seemed very interesting 20 years later. As an old classmate, after all, there are unique intersections that make memories more concrete and vivid. Shi Zhaoyang asked, how old is the child? I'm in junior high school. Girl. Really? Let me guess. Guess what? You just like to daydream, you're still so ghostly. Shi Zhaoyang's big eyes were bulging, and he wandered back and forth with a cunning mind. He then came up with a plan and said, my daughter is like my father, she should be as white and clean as you are, with good skin. She dresses fashionably and loves to tidy herself up, which is up to her mother. Beauty is a woman's nature. Then, she entered a rebellious period, appearing individualistic and not willing to follow her parents' wishes. If I'm not mistaken, she recently went on a long trip to the north. These words completely shattered Huang Xinping's mind. He opened his eyes wide and looked at Shi Zhaoyang, but his mouth was wide open and he couldn't speak. It seems that I guessed correctly. You, how did you know? Guess what? Shi Zhaoyang's guess, I don't know if it's for Huang Xinping to guess, or if she herself guessed this. Huang Xinping didn't know how to answer the conversation, leaving only a skeptical expression on his face. Also, your wife is very individualistic. If you have a cat or dog at home, you probably rank 4th or 5th after them. Huang Xinping's face changed from cloudy to turbulent, as if her inner secrets were being peeked at, awkward and at a loss. Originally, Shi Zhaoyang wanted to play a trick on Huang Xinping. However, seeing his solemn expression, if she continued, she would turn into gloating. So, Shi Zhaoyang talked about his experiences on the dining car for a meeting in Yingzhou, and also said that he thought the earring girl had a familiar face at the time, as if he couldn't remember who to bump into. It wasn't until he saw Huang Xinping just now that he immediately matched up with her number. Upon hearing this, Huang Xinping let out a long sigh and said, yes, what you saw on the train was my daughter and her mother. I don't know if it's because the children are too difficult to take care of now, or if I haven't fulfilled my responsibilities, or if I don't know how to educate at all. In short, my daughter, who used to be very obedient, is very rebellious when she reaches puberty. It's very rebellious. You can tell from her row of earrings, said Shi Zhaoyang. I'm sorry. I know your daughter has been raised very well. Compared to your child, I feel completely ashamed. Huang Xinping said, lowering his eyes and shaking his head, looking dejected. Why does your daughter take the train to the north? Meet a friend. Netizens. No, a friend from a special school. What's special about it? Rebel Children's Special Training School. What? It's over. This statement surprised Huang Xinping's heart. Done. Shi Zhaoyang's expression was solemn, staring at Huang Xinping, and then he said word by word, do you really don't understand education? You are so excellent yourself, how did your child become like this? A special education school, I thought it was a school for the deaf and mute. The so-called special school you mentioned is a place for rebellious children to be disciplined, and there are always some problematic children there. Can your daughter get well in such an environment? Huang Xinping shook his head and then let out a long sigh, saying, as a father, I neglected my duty. This child is hopeless. Sigh. Looking at Huang Xinping's dejected expression, he completely lost his previous leadership style. At this moment, the distant loudspeaker was shouting, and the school anniversary was about to begin. Huang Xinping looked out of the forest and said to Zhaoyang, "The school anniversary has begun. Let's go, don't affect your activities." Shi Zhaoyang sat still and said something that made Huang Xinping very harsh. "Do you think you still have the heart to participate in the school anniversary event?" Huang Xinping didn't know how to answer. Unexpectedly, this old classmate still spoke so harshly and without mercy. Seeing Huang Xinping's bewildered expression, Shi Zhaoyang said, "If your child's education fails, no matter how good Huang Xinping is, what's the use of it? Can you be an official for a lifetime? Can you accompany your daughter for a lifetime? When the time comes, you will step down and retire, while your daughter can only grow old. Your face will be ruined because of this." Huang Xinping was already restless. He didn't know what the purpose of Shi Zhaoyang's words was. He was just mocking himself, or couldn't see the demeanor of the so-called big leader. Life is really a joke. Old classmates gather, but let old classmates criticize one. I want to hear more about the situation, okay? Brother Xinping. The more detailed, the better. Shi Zhaoyang had a rare serious expression. Huang Xinping looked at Shi Zhaoyang, his inner vanity enveloping him. He didn't want to say what he thought was a family disgrace, but his daughter's dangerous situation forced him to hesitate. Seeing this, Shi Zhaoyang added a touch of fire and said, "Do you want face to suffer? Does your face matter, or does your daughter's future matter? Do you know that I am the leader of our Dingzhou University's Rebellion and Guidance for Middle School Students project? Don't you still believe me?" Huang Xinping's smile disappeared. She lowered her head, fiddled with her hair, and remained silent for a long time. He seems to be controlling his emotions and restraining his inner struggles. After a while, he still lowered his head and spoke slowly with a choked voice, "It's all my fault, I harmed my daughter. It's all my fault for insisting on giving my child a happy childhood and not putting pressure on them. In elementary school, I let her mother take care of her, but I never did. When I entered junior high school, I wanted to come and take care of her, but I realized it was too late." His words finally came out, tears streaming down his face. Huang Xinping's appearance did not surprise Shi Zhaoyang at all, because she had seen too much. In her eyes, Huang Xinping at this time was just an ordinary parent of a student. Therefore, he did not stop him. After Huang Xinping wiped away his tears and remained calm, Shi Zhaoyang gestured for him to continue. Huang Xinping pondered for a while again and slowly talked about his daughter Huang Chenshan. After listening to Huang Xinping's narration, Shi Zhaoyang said, "Take your daughter to me and have a look." Huang Xinping looked at Shi Zhaoyang with a scrutinizing gaze, full of suspicion. Shi Zhaoyang said seriously, "Don't be fooled by my usual laughter and lack of seriousness. However, my child has been trained very well. My daughter will graduate from university next year and is an outstanding graduate of the school. I am currently conducting research on guiding middle school students to rebel, and have also helped several middle school students overcome their confusion." Unexpectedly, Huang Xinping let out a long sigh, which made Shi Zhaoyang feel the heaviness in his heart. He quickly asked, "What's wrong?" "My daughter ran away from home." Huang Xinping's voice was as low as a mosquito. "For, daughter's innocence no longer exists." You are listening at Novel Full.audio. When Huang Xinping talked about his daughter Huang Chenshan, he felt an indescribable pain in his heart. "My daughter was originally a very smart, beautiful, and lovely girl. However, due to her busy work schedule, Huang Xinping neglected to discipline her daughter's education, and coupled with her mother Zhang Xiaoling's concept of a wealthy girl, she was too lenient and overly pampered. So much so that after Huang Chenshan turned 10, the changes were significant, which caught Huang Xinping, a father, off guard. So, Huang Xinping said that a daughter belongs to the father's innocence for only 10 years. After the age of 10, Huang Chenshan has also undergone significant physiological changes. That was when she was in 4th grade of elementary school. She looked taller and more sensible than boys of her age. Her cousin, who is 2 years younger than her and often plays together, stands together but not on her shoulders. Some acquaintances who haven't seen each other for a while will sigh at Huang Chenshan's rapid growth. Huang Xinping felt the same way and couldn't help but measure her height. It had already passed the 150 centimeters mark. The specific number of the height of this symbol may not be very special, as it is a normal value and cannot be considered particularly high. However, in Huang Xinping's mind, he already felt that his daughter had grown up and lived a dignified life, but felt a bit estranged. Summer has arrived, and Huang Xinping returned home, not casually wearing underwear, usually wearing sportswear from basketball. Because my daughter has grown up. Huang Chenshan is also dressed in casual shorts. When it was time to go to bed and rest in the evening, Huang Xinping suddenly noticed that his daughter had closed the door to her room. Huang Xinping couldn't help but feel uneasy. Her daughter wanted to be independent, no longer the little girl who was clamoring and squeezing between her parents' beds. I remember taking my daughter on a trip to Zhengjiajie that year. She was probably 5 years old. When I took her to sleep at night, her little hand insisted on resting on her father's chest to sleep peacefully. However, the next day when I woke up, I found out that she had messed up on the other end of the bed. Taking my daughter to swim, it turned out she could ride on Huang Xinping's neck, as safe as sitting on a big boat. If she wanted to play in the water, she would be in the shallow waters. Huang Xinping will also keep her within his line of sight. But after the age of 10, although Huang Chenshan could only make a few splashes in the water, in an emergency, she would rather seek help from the shore than reach out to help Huang Xinping. But a child is a child, and 10 years old is also a child. Once, Huang Chenshan accidentally fell. Because of wearing dress makeup in summer, my 2 knees directly rubbed against the ground, causing blood to flow. Huang Xinping and his daughter went to a small clinic nearby for disinfection and treatment. After applying medicine, scabs quickly formed. However, when going up and down stairs, Huang Chenshan's knees could not be bent, otherwise it would be painful and heart-wrenching. Huang Xinping said that Dad should carry you downstairs, but his daughter shook her head and walked down the stairs with a strong swaying posture, looking like a little penguin, somewhat comical. That time, Huang Xinping once again felt that his daughter had indeed grown up and had already developed a sense of gender. In Huang Xinping's heart, he felt that his daughter was somewhat estranged from him. A daughter who harbors emotional barriers is actually a reflection of her growth. As parents, I have always hoped for my child to grow up and have been cultivating her independence. But when the child really grows up and the parents haven't had time to make psychological preparations, a strange feeling arises in their hearts. This feeling not only brings joy to Huang Xinping, but also brings disappointment and troubles. Because my daughter is becoming less and less talkative now, she doesn't talk to herself anymore, and there is almost no communication. The lively and innocent she used to be has gradually drifted away, causing Huang Xinping to feel inexplicable melancholy. This year, when Huang Chenshan was 13 years old, she entered junior high school and the changes were even greater. This change is happening day by day, leaving Huang Xinping unprepared and caught off guard. Huang Xinping has been conflicted for a long time about the issue of staying and letting his daughter go to junior high school. The so-called stay means staying by your side and finding a middle school nearby to enroll in. Staying by your side can pay attention to and value your daughter's diet and nutrition, which is beneficial for the body during adolescence. We can strengthen communication and educate daughters during their ideological transformation period to guard them, so as not to repeat the same mistakes. Many children during this period may experience lifelong regrets due to careless friendships. It can cultivate emotions. The time children spend with their parents is limited, and the joy of family is the joy of life. The so-called release refers to going to Panlong Middle School, which is far from home. This can exercise the daughter's independence and self-awareness in life and study, and with closed management, parents don't have to spend much energy managing their children. After entering Panlong Middle School, Principal Huang suggested that Huang Xinping arrange his daughter to be in the top class. Firstly, Teacher Huang, the homeroom teacher of the class, is an excellent homeroom teacher at the city level, extremely responsible, and also has rich experience. The second is that the students in this class have good grades and high quality, especially with a good learning atmosphere, which can give people wordless motivation. Huang Xinping certainly listens to the principal. After all, he is an expert and also a friend. However, he also expressed his concern to the principal. My daughter's grades are not good. Will her confidence be affected in this group? I specially rehired Teacher Huang, who is extremely responsible and experienced. She will have a solution. The principal's answer dispelled Huang Xinping's concerns and arranged Huang Chenshan to be in the top class. However, just as Huang Xinping was full of confidence, half a month later, the homeroom teacher Huang's frequent phone complaints completely shattered his dream. The first time Teacher Huang approached Huang Xinping was mainly because Huang Chenshan didn't seem to have much interest in learning. She was only interested in art and clothing design. During class, she was also thinking about clothing design and occasionally drew some clothing patterns in her notebook. The homeroom teacher said, "Those of you who are leaders seem to have the ability to put your children in top-tier classes and never consider whether they are suitable for top-tier classes. Your daughter has a poor foundation and doesn't listen in class, just drawing. Her grades will definitely not keep up, which is not good for her growth." Huang Xinping said, "This is Principal Huang's suggestion, and in this learning atmosphere, poor students can make breakthroughs in their grades and there are successful cases when they enter top-tier classes. Teaching according to people is not suitable for any student, at least not for Huang Chenshan in your family. So what should I do? Is it possible to let the child change shifts? What kind of reason should I use? What kind of negative impact does it have on the child?" Teacher Huang, the homeroom teacher, was also stumped by Huang Xinping's several questions. After all, it was a matter of the fate of the students, not a small problem, and could not be used for experiments casually. Huang Xinping called his daughter to his side and earnestly advised, "Xiaoshan, you shouldn't be wrong if you listen to the principal. If you don't study hard now, you won't have a good life in the future." Huang Chenshan nodded timidly. However, Huang Xinping was still surprised by her daughter's poor monthly exam results. So he started hiring tutors for his daughter to help her improve her academic performance, and went around asking for good teachers. Huang Xinping's private tutor has not been fully hired yet, and the homeroom teacher has invited Huang Xinping over for the second time. "Mr. Huang, some classmates have reported that your daughter smokes with friends in society. Do you know that? You need to cooperate with the school to strengthen management." Huang Xinping hummed in his mind, then felt a bit dizzy and said without thinking, "No. Although my daughter's grades are not good, she is still very obedient." The homeroom teacher said, "I mean, if there are classmates who have reported, it may not be a fact." Huang Xinping said, "I will investigate thoroughly and cooperate with the school to strictly manage." Huang Xinping couldn't believe that this was done by his daughter. For some reason, Huang Xinping was still very angry. If this is true, it is no longer a matter of academic performance, but a matter of being a good person. At night, when his daughter returned home, Huang Xinping had already been waiting angrily at home, wanting to interrogate firmly. He felt that there would be no empty rumors, and if it was true, he would teach his daughter a hard lesson. As a result, the daughter went to her grandmother's house for dinner. After dinner, my daughter came back. However, Huang Xinping discovered that her daughter was followed by a group of people, including her grandparents, mothers, and aunts. Huang Xinping seemed to understand something and glared fiercely at Huang Chenshan, but Huang Chenshan's gaze avoided it. Huang Xinping said, "It seems that what the teacher said is true. Xiaoshan is still young and immature. Perhaps smoking is for fun, but now that she knows it's strong, she won't smoke anymore." Her mother, Hong Lijuan, was providing cover for her daughter. Huang Xinping pulled out his belt from his waist and lifted it high. Her mother Hong Lijuan blocked Huang Chenshan and protected her from being beaten. Daughters should be wealthy and raised, not beaten. Grandparents and grandparents, some pleaded and some comforted Huang Chenshan, we must learn well, not smoke, smoking is bad for learning. Mom and aunt also smoke, don't they? Huang Chenshan retorted. Mom and aunt are adults, you are minors. In the future, you are all not allowed to smoke anymore. It's all because of your bad effects. Huang Xinping shouted. Everyone was intimidated by Huang Xinping's shout. At this moment, Huang Xinping was like an angry lion, roaring with red eyes. Change the usual refined demeanor. Huang Chenshan was obviously a bit scared and hid behind her mother Hong Lijuan, timidly peeking at her father. Huang Xinping looked at the powerful aid team behind her daughter, and at her grandparents who were so old. What else could she do? I had to say to Huang Chenshan, remember, next time I smoke, I won't be polite with my belt. Do you hear me? Please admit your mistake to Dad and make sure it won't happen again next time. Huang Chenshan timidly said, Dad, I knew I was wrong. Huang Xinping walked down the stairs and angrily went to the study. 2 months later, Huang Xinping was called out by the homeroom teacher for the 3rd time, and this time it was even bigger. The teacher said, Mr. Huang, Huang Chenshan may be expelled from school this time. When Huang Xinping received a call from the homeroom teacher, he was dealing with a safety accident in the workshop. Upon hearing these words, my head exploded and shook a few times. Fortunately, I was supported by my subordinate safety officer and did not fall. Suddenly, Huang Xinping understood that the worker who had an accident was likely the result of unstable emotions at work. So, later on, Huang Xinping advocated for family work methods, emotional counseling reception days, and overnight entertainment reporting rewards in management, all of which originated from Huang Xinping's feelings at this moment. This is the sequel. Quickly, Huang Xinping rushed to the teaching office of Panlong Middle School. He saw his daughter and another girl standing there, both looking down. Seeing Huang Xinping enter, the homeroom teacher asked Huang Chenshan standing in the office to lift her hair in her ears. Huang Chenshan still lowered her head, instead covering her hair around her ears. Huang Xinping sternly rebuked, lift up your hair. Huang Chenshan looked up timidly at Huang Xinping and suddenly cried, Dad, I was wrong. I apologize for you. Teacher Wang walked over and lifted Huang Chenshan's hair around her ears. Huang Xinping saw that her daughter had several ear holes and earrings hanging all over her ears. At the moment Huang Xinping saw the earrings, he was stunned and couldn't believe his own eyes. Is this your own daughter? Is it that obedient Xiaoshan? Oh my goodness, Huang Chenshan in front of him has completely become unfamiliar. He was stunned for a few seconds before suddenly exploding, pulling out his belt and about to hit Huang Chenshan. The homeroom teacher grabbed Huang Xinping and shouted loudly, this is the school, you can't act wild. Huang Chenshan was already trembling with fear and shouted, Mom, Mom. Huang Xinping put down his belt, panting heavily and glaring fiercely at his daughter, but couldn't say anything. He couldn't figure out why his daughter was so unpopular under such good conditions. Huang Xinping asked, when did you get your ears pierced? The daughter replied, last Sunday. Huang Xinping asked, who took you there? My daughter replied, my classmate from the next class took me and Qin Wenqing to go together. Huang Chenshan said, pointing to the girl standing next to her as if there was a witness. Huang Xinping only then realized that there was another girl standing with her daughter. He carefully looked at the girl, Qin Wenqing, the daughter of school flower Xiao Hongmei. Qin Wenqing held his head high, with a stubborn expression on his face. Huang Xinping asked his daughter, where did you get the money? Did your mother give it to you? The daughter replied, Mom gave it. Huang Xinping paused for a moment and gritted his teeth, saying, you stupid mother. Why does she always want to harm her daughter like this? 5. The first night without returning home. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. This semester was the most tumultuous period for Huang Xinping. On the weekend, Huang Chenshan was picked up from school by her mother Zhang Xiaoling. Huang Chenshan also took a classmate Qin Wenqing with her and took them home on the way. On the way, Huang Chenshan said she wanted to go out and play with Qin Wenqing. Zhang Xiaoling heard from Huang Xinping that Qin Wenqing was the daughter of Xiao Hongmei, the school flower. Now she looks exactly like Xiao Hongmei when she was a student. She is not interested in reading because she is like a social fool. Back in the day, Xiao Hongmei dropped out of high school before graduating. It was said that she was working as a mother. Last time I saw Qin Wenqing's overly revealing attire at Panlong Middle School, Huang Xinping seemed to have seen the shadow of Xiao Hongmei back then. Huang Xinping said to Zhang Xiaoling, "Don't let Xiao Shan play with Qin Wenqing, she will lead you astray." Zhang Xiaoling didn't directly answer her daughter's question, so she said, "Go home and talk to your father." Huang Chenshan's horse darkened and his mouth pouted, expressing his dissatisfaction. On the way, Qin Wenqing got off early. Returning home, Huang Chenshan didn't talk to her mother. She turned on the TV and started watching alone. Before leaving work, Huang Xinping called to say that he had a social gathering at night and would be returning home later. Zhang Xiaoling said ominously, "Don't go back to the best, just die outside and in the wine tank." After finishing, she forcefully pressed down the phone. Huang Xinping knew that his daughter was going home on the weekend, so he didn't play cards with his friends and went home early. Zhang Xiaoling looked at the man and said unhappily, "Your daughter has returned and wants to go out with Qin Wenqing to play. What do you think?" Huang Xinping sat next to his daughter and shook his head, saying, "Don't be with Qin Wenqing, okay?" Huang Chenshan remained expressionless and muttered to herself, "I'm just such a friend." Huang Xinping said, "With so many classmates in the class, how could there be no friends?" Zhang Xiaoling said disapprovingly, "Finding friends is easy. I'll have your homeroom teacher arrange for a classmate to play with you and be friends with you. How about that?" Huang Chenshan suddenly became restless and shouted, "No one wants to make friends with me." After finishing, she turned around and ran into the room, and the door closed with a bang. Then, there were sobbing sounds coming from the room. Zhang Xiaoling kept hiding behind the door eavesdropping, then quietly opened the door to peep. Daughter Huang Chenshan held a fruit knife in one hand and scratched her wrist in the other. The bright red blood streaks on her fair skin were particularly glaring. Zhang Xiaoling quickly pushed open the door, rushed to her daughter, grabbed the fruit knife, and lifted her wrist. "What are you doing?" Zhang Xiaoling hoarsely exhausted. Huang Chenshan sat wooden at the head of the bed, indifferent to his mother's expression of collapse, as if all of this was irrelevant. "My parents compromised." Huang Chenshan went out as she wished, saying it was Qin Wenqing's birthday. The next day when Huang Xinping woke up, she saw Zhang Xiaoling hurriedly running in and saying, "Xiao Shan didn't go home last night." Huang Xinping sat up for a moment, calmed down, and asked, "Are you sure you didn't come back all night, or did you go out again in the morning after returning home?" Zhang Xiaoling said, "I didn't pay attention either and fell asleep on the sofa." Huang Xinping gave Zhang Xiaoling a white eye, expressing dissatisfaction with her. He made an appointment with Zhang Xiaoling, he would take a nap first, and then take her turn to sleep for a while. "I shouldn't go home and wake up early to go out. Huang Chenshan is a lazy and bedridden ancestor. She doesn't usually go to school so early, let alone on vacation now." Huang Xinping suddenly felt abnormal and jumped up from the bed. He quickly pulled out a piece of clothes and ran to the kitchen. Seeing the fruit knife still hanging on the knife holder, he felt a little more at ease. Since her daughter cut her wrist with a fruit knife, Huang Xinping has been very vigilant about the knives in the kitchen and checks them every day. The changes in her daughter during this period have made Huang Xinping inexplicably worried. "Since junior high school, my daughter's changes have been sudden and completely different." But he couldn't find any reason. He thought of his homeroom teacher, Teacher Huang. Huang Xinping came to Panlong Middle School. In front of the school gate, many students are dressed in uniform and playing around. Some are buying snacks, some are following their parents home, and some are saying goodbye to their classmates. Huang Xinping stood at the school gate, looking around with his eyes, hoping to find Huang Chenshan's figure. It is easy to find a daughter in this ocean of lake blue school uniforms. She has never worn a school uniform. After watching for a while, Huang Xinping went straight to the classroom. At the classroom entrance, Huang Xinping glanced at Huang Chenshan's seat, which was empty, and then walked towards the office of the homeroom teacher, Teacher Huang. At the entrance of the teacher's office, Huang Xinping saw Teacher Huang putting tea leaves there, preparing to brew tea. "Are you here?" Teacher Huang said. Huang Xinping didn't see Teacher Huang looking up at her and didn't know if she was greeting her. He also responded with a greeting, "Hello, Teacher Huang." Teacher Huang said, "Mr. Huang, you look so gentle, but your daughter likes to hang out with those people in society and even claims to be big sister. You don't know, she actually wants to protect this and that." Teacher Huang said without any hesitation. Huang Xinping felt very guilty and said, "Just call me Xiao Huang, it's causing trouble for the school's teachers." Huang Xinping looked at the other teachers in Teacher Huang's office, feeling a bit embarrassed, and said to Teacher Huang, "Can Teacher Huang take a step to speak?" The teachers all know about Huang Chenshan's situation, there's nothing to hide. Teacher Huang was not polite. Huang Xinping had no choice but to enter the teacher's office and say to Teacher Huang, "Teacher Huang, take a look. What should parents do about Huang Chenshan's education?" Teacher Huang said, "Our school's teaching philosophy is that student grades are not the main focus, but rather putting people first. Huang Chenshan's academic foundation is very poor, and she can't keep up with her classmates in this class. Her grades always fall behind the last few places, it's like wasting time here. We don't have any discrimination against them." However, Huang Chenshan was simply too flamboyant in her attire. A few days earlier, a student discovered that she was dating a senior male classmate, and in the end, she got into a big fight due to jealousy, which had a bad impact on school. Do you know? Have you cooperated? As parents, we should cooperate with the school and teachers to educate our children. But you're too busy as a factory manager, how can you expect it? Huang Xinping knew that Teacher Huang spoke with emotions, perhaps because his words were too impolite when it came to punishing Huang Chenshan. So he said, "Please don't take it amiss, Teacher Huang. The school has punished Huang Chenshan, and I am quite emotional." Teacher Huang saw Huang Xinping's sincere attitude and his attitude softened. He said, "Huang always came here for this matter. It's okay, it's already over. You must be excellent in the workplace, but how did your daughter become like this? No matter how busy you are with work, you have to take care of your children. Otherwise, no matter how successful your career is, it will be in vain." Huang Xinping could only nod frequently. "You sit here for a while, I'll go and arrange the things in class," Teacher Huang said as he tidied up the table. Huang Xinping watched as the teachers in the teacher's office hurriedly left one by one. He sat down at Teacher Huang's desk, dumbfounded. After a while, Teacher Huang returned to the office. Huang Xinping had no intention of chatting anymore and said, "Teacher Huang, you still have classes, so I won't delay. Last night, Huang Chenshan didn't go home. Where do you think my daughter will go?" Teacher Huang was not surprised by Huang Chenshan's absence at night, but instead said to Huang Xinping, "Where else can we go? Qin Wenqing didn't come to class either. He lived next door and played with good friends, but Huang Chenshan's friends didn't make good friends, especially Qin Wenqing. I also want to keep my daughter away from Qin Wenqing, but my daughter said that none of her classmates play with her. There is only Qin Wenqing as a friend. Can you arrange for classmates with good grades to help her?" Teacher Huang shook his head and said, "Do you think I haven't thought about it? The problem is that the parents of the students don't agree and complain about the school. They shouldn't let the poor students go to the top class, which has damaged other good students and delayed the class's progress in learning. Huang Xinping left the school, pondering over teacher Wang's words. Indeed, after her daughter entered junior high school, she neglected discipline and perhaps made friends carelessly, which led to a qualitative change and mutation later on. Qin wenching may not be a big deal, talent in society is the scariest. Huang Xinping remembered Xiao Hongmei from back then, but in fact, it was similar. Huang Xinping returned home without seeing his daughter. Zhang Xiaoling said, Qin wenching's birthday should be there, right? Ask your school flower female classmate. Huang Xinping ignored Zhang Xiaoling and slammed the door out alone. He wanted to call Xiao Hongmei, but for some reason, he felt very embarrassed. Anyway, she is at least the big leader in the eyes of her classmates, while Xiao Hongmei, although once the school flower, is now just a laid-off worker. However, Huang Xinping had no choice but to call Xiao Hongmei's phone, and the result was that Qin wenching did not go home either. It was just that he did not stay up at night for the first time like Huang Chenshan, but rather frequently. So, although Xiao Hongmei was also anxious, she did not suffer like Huang Xinping. Huang Xinping drove across the river and arrived near Red Star Square. Why did he come here? He had no reason to follow his feelings. Huang Xinping dialed Huang Chenshan's phone again, but it didn't turn off. However, her daughter never answered the call. Huang Xinping felt angry for a moment, wanting to grab his daughter's ear and see if she was deaf. I'll worry for a while, afraid that my daughter might get drunk and what might happen. The more I think, the more I become entangled. So Huang Xinping sent a warning message to his daughter, how dare you not even answer my phone? Don't you think about the consequences? Hurry up and call me back. Huang Xinping's car stopped on the avenue of Red Star Square, and the orange street lights cast mottled shadows on the ground through the French Wudong. The breeze blew, the leaves swayed, and the lights suddenly became mysterious. He kept looking at his phone in the darkness, hoping that the screen would suddenly light up, and it was his daughter's phone that lit up. However, for some time, there was no feedback from Huang Chenshan. It seems that threats are of no use. In the darkness, the bustling Red Star Square, which had been bustling all night, began to cool down. The vendors began to pack up their stalls and prepare to go home to rest. Groups of young men, women, and men also began to embrace each other. Huang Xinping suddenly felt how much he wished there were Huang Chenshan among these young people, so that he could take her home. But what would be the consequences if Huang Chenshan were taken away by these drunken young people? Thinking of this, Huang Xinping could no longer sit still and quickly got out of the car, carefully watching every young girl passing by. What should we do? Huang Xinping asked himself, but there was no answer. 6. He stared at the girls on the street. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Huang Xinping, your daughter has been out for a few days now. How could you not find her? Classmates, relatives, friends, where else can she be? You know, if a girl stays outside for an extra minute, it will be even more dangerous. After listening to Huang Xinping's narration, Shi Zhaoyang said anxiously. Huang Xinping said, it's not that I can't find it, it's not that I can't find it. Now my daughter is not running away from home for the first time, she's already very experienced, and it's even harder for us to find it. I send messages to her every day to remind her. Look, I even drafted a message today, he said, forwarding the message to Shi Zhaoyang. Shi Zhaoyang looked at it and said, silly daughter, it's not safe for you to keep going like this. Firstly, you're still young and the most beautiful youth of your life. If you choose to waste it, you will regret it in the future. Secondly, you don't have money. If you have a meal without a meal, your health will suffer. You have no fixed place to live and it's not safe to wander around. How many days can you persist like this? I hope you can go home, or go back to your grandmother's or aunt's house, either. Never accept money or snacks from strangers, as it is very dangerous. Come back and let us know your thoughts, we will respect you. Shi Zhaoyang swallowed his saliva, adjusted his emotions, and tried to calm himself, saying, she may not understand these great truths, but the most crucial thing is to find someone. The key is to give her to me. Huang Xinping still explained, every night, I go to the internet cafe, her classmates, and friends to look for things. Sometimes I find them in the second 2 or 3 o'clock of the night. I have no choice during the day, but I have to work and there are many things to do at work. No matter how much work you have, finding a daughter is not as important. Finding talent is the top priority, the earlier, the faster, the better. Shi Zhaoyang glanced at Huang Xinping and said, thank you for having so many friend resources. Why don't you make use of them? Thank you for still drinking and singing, and writing poetry and anecdotes in your blog. Huang Xinping felt ashamed. Those blog articles were all written in the past and he hasn't been in the mood to take care of them recently. He feels very uncomfortable in his heart. This old classmate's mouth is too sharp. As a middle-level cadre in a large state-owned enterprise, he usually listens to too many good words, and it is difficult for him to accept such unpleasant words at the moment. However, he knew in his heart that every word Shi Zhaoyang said was reasonable, and he was powerless to refute it. When my daughter ran away from home for the first time, she thought about reporting a case, but she was worried that the news would spread and she thought something was wrong with her. She was worried that it might not be good for her daughter. Mo Hongwei said that public security can also help find people through satellite positioning or QQ's IP address. However, the process is very complex, and generally people cannot use satellite positioning systems or search for IP. Huang Xinping looked at the ceiling of the tea house and said, yes, your reminder is great. I can locate it through Huang Qinghua Zidong Communication Company. Why didn't you go find Huang Qinghua? He's the vice president. He's your brother, your boss. Shi Zhaoyang scolded. Huang Xinping couldn't help but admire Shi Zhaoyang's quick reaction. He suddenly realized and said, yes, go find Huang glasses. However, there is still a very important meeting in my factory that requires me to attend. Either you go to the boss Huang Qinghua first, and I'll treat you tonight. Please join Huang Qinghua. No way. Today's daughter is the most important. No meetings are important. Shi Zhaoyang said without a doubt, appearing to be domineering during his student days. Huang Xinping stood there, in a dilemma. Shi Zhaoyang turned around and saw Huang Xinping still standing there hesitating. He loudly said, daughter is the most important. Didn't you understand? Your career can be put on hold for a while, and your daughter's education cannot be delayed. Understand? Huang Xinping had no choice but to follow Shi Zhaoyang on the train. At the same time, he took out his phone and asked his leader for leave, saying that there was an urgent matter at home and he couldn't attend the meeting. The leader readily agreed. Entering the office of the boss Huang Qinghua, Shi Zhaoyang opened the door and said straightforwardly, Huang, I have a small matter to trouble you with. You should be able to help me, and you must also help me. Huang Qinghua said, don't praise me or make a fuss about it. Tell me, the matter with my old classmate is someone else's matter. Shi Zhaoyang said, this Huang Xinping is a bookworm. He didn't even want to trouble you for a fight with your brother. Then she briefly explained the incident of Huang Xinping's daughter running away from home and requested satellite positioning assistance. Huang Xinping's eyes kept staring at a painting and calligraphy behind Huang Qinghua, afraid to match the boss's gaze. Huang Qinghua said after listening, this is illegal. However, I understand very well. For the sake of my old classmates, I have to do it once. So, Shi Zhaoyang asked Huang Xinping to provide Huang Chenshan's phone number, and Huang Qinghua reported the phone number to the main control room through his phone, and asked Huang Xinping to prepare for the search. In the waiting neutral, Huang Qinghua said, Director Shi, how is the bidding plan for your college's campus information comprehensive platform prepared? Shi Zhaoyang smiled and said, this is still being prepared. He evaded it. A few minutes later, Huang Xinping said, you can go to the vicinity of Hualien Mall to find it. An hour ago, this number made a call there. Shi Zhaoyang immediately stood up and thanked Huang Xinping, saying that business matters would be discussed in a few days. After finishing speaking, he went out in a lively manner. Huang Xinping also thanked Huang Xinping and then followed him out. Huang Xinping drove straight to Hualien Shopping Mall, and the two of them searched several streets near Hualien Shopping Mall together. They looked at all the girls on the street, but couldn't find the figure Huang Xinping hoped to appear. Shi Zhaoyang suggested that Huang Xinping call out relatives and friends to help find them. After speaking, I went back to school to prepare the bidding plan. Yes, Hualien Shopping Mall is the busiest area in Quanding Prefecture. Finding people here is like searching for a needle in a haystack. Huang Xinping called Zhang Shaoling, her sister, and Qin Wenqing's mother Xiao Hongmei to find someone. Huang Xinping has a feeling that his daughter may be in this bustling crowd. He adopted a method of adapting to changes with immutability, guarding the Hualien Mall square, focusing on the crowd getting on and off the bus stop, feeling that his daughter might get off or get on the bus. At the same time, his eyes looked around, paying attention to every passing girl. He also thought that he wouldn't dare to look at girls so recklessly on weekdays, and would usually sneak a glance. And today, he looked at it openly without feeling embarrassed or worried about being misunderstood. Huang Xinping saw that this place was bustling with traffic, and his eyes couldn't really see it. In the constant flow of people, most of them have a serious expression, come and go in a hurry, and seem to have no leisure time to pay attention to others, let alone the existence of Huang Xinping. He remembered last year when he was waiting at Zhengzhou railway station, he captured a scene of his lover holding hands with a photography friend on the square. The people there seemed to love holding hands, so he took 40 or 50 warm pictures. However, on the square of this city, there was no lovers holding hands. He is particularly concerned about girls who are about the same age as his daughter, and what he sees is almost the same attire as his daughter. Tight clothes and pants, hair bangs covering half of his eyes, so what he sees is the black circles under his eyes like pandas. I thought to myself, maybe times have changed, children nowadays dress like this. Upon further reflection, these girls must also not have attended school. Otherwise, during this time period, they should be sitting at school. So, worry about the children and the social atmosphere. Around 4:30 p.m., Huang Xinping's eyes finally lit up. Because suddenly he saw a familiar figure. He rubbed his eyes and looked carefully. Isn't the girl walking towards him from the other side of the road Huang Chenshan? However, she was only one person, not wearing glasses, wearing a black woolen coat, very fashionable and modern, walking very finely, and not like Huang Chenshan's usual style. Huang Xinping couldn't help but wave to her from afar, but the other party saw him without any reaction. Huang Xinping was a bit skeptical that his eyes were being blurred, but he didn't dare to blink. He stared at the girl, afraid that in the blink of an eye, the figure would disappear. He walked over to the girl, bypassed the fence, and approached to see why it wasn't his daughter Huang Chenshan. Huang Xinping was a little pleased and a little sad. He walked up to his daughter and asked, Xiao Shan, why are you alone? Because Huang Chenshan didn't wear glasses, he obviously didn't see Huang Xinping. When someone asked and found out it was her father, her face suddenly changed and she wanted to run and get rid of it. At this moment, Huang Xinping grabbed his daughter's hand and didn't let go. In the bustling city where people were shuttling, he just grabbed her like this. But Huang Chenshan firmly broke free from his father's hand with his hand. Huang Xinping saw his daughter wearing high heels and knew she couldn't run, so he let go of her hand. Pedestrians rushed by on the road, and no one paid attention to what Huang Xinping and the others were doing. To stabilize his daughter, Huang Xinping had to confront her on the roadside of Hualien Shopping Mall. Huang Xinping looked up and down at his daughter and found that her clothes and shoes were all adult, probably her aunt's. No wonder Huang Xinping thinks her daughter looks strange and even takes small steps. Huang Chenshan did not struggle, as if there was no intention of escaping, just lowered her head and remained silent. Huang Xinping kindly advised Huang Chenshan, "Daughter, go home. You don't know how hard your parents and family have suffered these days in search of you. Grandparents stay up late at night. I'm worried about you. You're a girl. Your grandfather is old and doesn't dare to sue her." Huang Chenshan insisted on not going home and said, "That house is so cold and boring. Then go to your grandmother's or aunt's house. I always trouble my grandmother and aunt, and I feel guilty in my heart." Huang Xinping changed the topic and said, "Daughter, have you received any messages from your father? Why don't you reply?" Because after watching it, it felt numb. Upon hearing this, Huang Xinping felt a chill in his heart. The relationship between father and daughter is a hot topic. In fact, Huang Xinping's personality is introverted. Although he loves his daughter very much in his heart, he won't keep this kind of love in his mouth. It is estimated that Huang Chenshan has also become accustomed to her father's indifference, so it is reasonable to feel numb when seeing Huang Xinping's very popular text messages. In fact, these text messages were written under the persuasion of Zhang Xiaoling. What kind of daughter usually sticks to her father? To establish a father-daughter relationship, one must constantly praise their daughter and express their love for her, so that he can patiently input and send. Unexpectedly, my daughter had already developed a strong personality and responded mercilessly to Huang Xinping. Huang Xinping restrained his anger, put down all airs, and let his daughter belittle him. Huang Chenshan proposed to use the restroom upstairs in the commercial building. Huang Xinping had to follow, afraid that she would run away again. Seeing that her father was going to follow, Huang Chenshan anxiously said, "Please don't follow me." However, Huang Xinping had a shameless expression and didn't leave no matter what her daughter said. On the second floor of the commercial building, Huang Chenshan entered the women's restroom, while Huang Xinping waited outside the restroom. However, Huang Chenshan went to the restroom but never came out, leaving Huang Xinping helpless. Until her aunt came over, Huang Xinping asked her to go to the bathroom to take a look. Her aunt went in and saw Huang Chenshan texting. Huang Chenshan still refuses to come out. Then Zhang Xiaoling also arrived and went to the women's restroom to persuade Huang Chenshan. She reluctantly walked out and sat on a bench in the corner of the commercial building. She said nothing and played with her phone. Huang Xinping looked at her daughter, dressed maturely and with a cynical appearance, not at all like a girl of this age, feeling extremely sad in her heart. Xiao Hongmei has also come over. When Huang Chenshan saw her, she asked, "Where's Qin Wenqing? Aren't you all together? Tell me, where is my daughter? Please." Huang Chenshan only said, "We were together at noon and separated in the afternoon. I don't know where she is now." Xiao Hongmei said angrily, "You didn't tell the truth. You all colluded with each other to deceive your parents." At this moment, Shi Zhaoyang called and asked, "Huang Xinping, have you found your daughter?" Huang Xinping said, "I found it, but she doesn't want to go back." Shi Zhaoyang raised his tone a lot and said, "Really? Found it? It seems that I am a fortunate person. I helped you find your daughter as soon as I stepped forward." 7. Crying in the Psychological Counseling Room. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Xinping finally had a peaceful sleep, and after waking up, he habitually remembered his daughter's condition. Thinking of Huang Chenshan, Huang Xinping still feels anxious. How to transition my daughter to Zhaoyang? Huang Xinping is doing head pressure exercises on the balcony. Since the last time he suffered from dizziness, following the doctor's advice, he insists on doing morning pressure exercises, scheduling badminton activities 2 to 3 times a week, or swimming once a week, because these sports activities exercise the cervical and lumbar vertebrae. After learning to play badminton, Huang Xinping didn't play basketball anymore, because after all, he is middle-aged, and the activities of direct body collision are easy to be injured. Ball games are all interconnected and involve coordination of limbs, so Huang Xinping made rapid progress in learning badminton. After the finger pressure exercise, he habitually looked at his phone and found information from Zhaoyang. Today, he took his daughter to the provincial armed police hospital to see a well-contacted psychologist. Huang Xinping immediately replied, "Okay." This day is Friday, and Huang Chenshan slept at her aunt's house until after 10 o'clock. Huang Xinping went to the unit to finish the morning adjustment meeting, assign work, and then went to her aunt's house. He decided to accompany his daughter well these days, take the opportunity to chat with her, and enlighten her. That day, Shi Zhaoyang scolded him and finally made him understand that his daughter was the most important. Yes, no matter how good or successful one's career is, what is the purpose? Isn't it for my daughter to have a good learning environment, a good living environment, and a bright future? What is the significance of a career if a daughter's education fails? At noon, Huang Xinping ate at her aunt's house. After the meal, he sat next to his daughter who was playing games in the study, chatting with her and finding an opportunity to talk about seeing a psychologist. Huang Chenshan may have been tired from wandering around outside. Recently, she has been more accepting of Huang Xinping, and she has something to say to him, there is nothing she can do. Huang Xinping said at an appropriate opportunity, "Daughter, I have a classmate, a beautiful professor, and an education expert. When her surname was, she really wanted to meet you. I have already agreed. Can you give me face?" Huang Chenshan was playing the game of Plants vs. Zombies. The game went smoothly and she was in a good mood. While playing, she said, "Why do you want to know me?" She is an education expert and wants to help you. Okay, it doesn't matter. Teacher Shi's family has a neighbor whose son was also very rebellious when he was your age. Later, under the guidance of the psychology teacher, he emerged from the rebellion. Teacher Shi suggested that we take you to see the psychology teacher. The psychology teacher is a female teacher, so there may be some gains. Huang Chenshan made no sound. After thinking for a moment, he said, "I saw it last time. Do you still want to see it?" Huang Xinping said, "This time the level is higher and the effect is visible. Let's go and see." I didn't expect Huang Chenshan to agree. In the afternoon, Huang Xinping drove his daughter to the provincial capital to see a psychologist. When the car reached the highway intersection, Huang Chenshan became alert and asked, "Where are you going? Aren't you doing some psychological counseling? Aren't you in Dingzhou?" Huang Xinping immediately stopped and said, "I said it was in the provincial capital, maybe you didn't hear it clearly while playing games." Huang Xinping took the initiative to reach out and hook his daughter, ensuring that there were no other actions that went against her wishes. He dispelled Xiao Shan's concerns and then drove the car towards the provincial capital. The car arrived at the provincial capital and entered a hospital of the People's Armed Police Force. Huang Chenshan and a female psychologist dressed in armed police uniforms were chatting alone in a closed room. Wearing armed police uniforms without wearing a white coat is also Huang Xinping's requirement to avoid making Huang Chenshan feel like she's in the hospital. About 2 hours later, Huang Chenshan came out of the enclosed room. Huang Xinping could see the residual tears in the corners of his daughter's eyes. Under the arrangement of the teacher, Huang Xinping and Zhang Xiaoling also went to the room to communicate and exchange ideas with the young female teacher. The female psychologist said, "Your daughter's heart is very closed." At first, she refused to cooperate, but later she slowly guided her to open her heart. She resents that you placed her in a top class in her first year of junior high school, and as a result, she suffered from the humiliation of poor grades there. You didn't even seek her opinion. Her homeroom teacher used vulgar language to attack her. Furthermore, you deceived her into attending the Dongdian Base Camp Special Training School for military training, and she suffered a lot inside. Do you all know these? After listening to the introduction of the female psychologist, Zhang Xiaoling had already burst into tears and said, "We harmed the child. I'm sorry, my daughter. But there is no way we can go to the Dongdian base camp. She ran away from home, and we searched for her everywhere. Her father even reported the case, but it was in vain. Helpless, she was sent there. Her father's classmate also sent her son to the Dongdian base camp, and it is said that the effect was good. We all start from taking care of her and helping her. Huang Xinping's tears also silently flowed down, unable to say anything. He remembered the words that Shi Zhaoyang had scolded him, only hating his own incompetence, perhaps hating himself for not understanding the true meaning of education. He always believes that learning is the responsibility of the school and teachers. So, I only asked about the exam results, without paying attention to the cultivation of study habits and the guidance of learning methods. As a result, the child's grades are not good. Even if a child's grades are not good, he still thinks that elementary school knowledge is not important, and when he comes back to study, he will naturally understand. He also has a misconception that children nowadays work too hard, have to learn everything, and don't have time to play. So he said he wanted to give her a happy childhood and let her play. In the end, children without lofty goals have poor academic performance, leading to a lack of confidence, fatigue of learning, and a vicious cycle. It is only then that they have reached this point and become uncontrollable. Time was hard to endure, and finally the conversation ended. The female psychologist said that she welcomes Huang Chenshan to make friends with her and leaves her QQ to Huang Chenshan. The female psychologist told Huang Xinping and Zhang Shaoling, "You can only guide slowly, but you can send your child to consult once a week. By making friends with your child and gaining their recognition, you can enter her heart and open the knot in her heart." Huang Xinping nodded and said to come back in a week. Huang Xinping has been blaming himself in the words of the psychologist. When Huang Xinping and his daughter left the psychological counseling room of the People's Armed Police Force, the female psychologist called Shi Zhaoyang out from another room. Shi Zhaoyang was still immersed in Huang Chenshan's confession. Through this psychological counseling, she learned about Huang Chenshan's psychological motivation and also grasped Huang Xinping's educational issues, in order to prescribe the right medicine for the next step. Although Shi Zhaoyang achieved the goal of mastering the situation, his heart was heavy. In the evening, Shi Zhaoyang made an appointment with Huang Xinping at the Classic Cafe. Shi Zhaoyang said, "That day, my attitude towards you was not good enough. I said I looked down on you, but I was actually worried about you. You don't blame me, do you?" Huang Xinping glanced at Shi Zhaoyang and saw her sincere expression, saying, "I don't blame you, it's just that you're not feeling well." Shi Zhaoyang said, "Later on, I couldn't blame you because you didn't understand education, so you were very blind in your actions. You had better come to me earlier because I specialize in the topic of rebellion and guidance of middle school students. It should be said that your first critical point is not a mistake. That is to say, sending your daughter to the top class of Dingzhou No. 2 middle school was not a mistake, but your security measures did not keep up. That is to say, you need to tutor her in a timely manner and supervise her learning. As for the later arrival at the Dongdian headquarters, I strongly opposed it. Okay, bring your daughter to me tomorrow and let me talk to her." Huang Xinping fell into contemplation. He was already moved by Shi Zhaoyang's confidence, believing that her criticism was very reasonable. Anyway, first guide Xiaoshan to Zhaoyang and see if she can help her daughter. The key is how to bring Huang Chenshan over to Zhaoyang. What if Xiaoshan doesn't follow Huang Xinping's arrangement and doesn't accept Shi Zhaoyang? Huang Chenshan's temperament is known to Huang Xinping. She belongs to the kind of person and thing that you respect her and she thinks she accepts, and she will only obey. Otherwise, if she doesn't accept it, she won't follow the arrangement. If you don't listen, you can't tie her up. What is she interested in? Shi Zhaoyang asked. Painting and foreign languages, said Huang Xinping. Our second-level college happens to hold an art exhibition, you can ask her to come and take a look. At the same time, I have arranged for a female foreign teacher to meet her, which is very easy, said Shi Zhaoyang. Huang Xinping said, I have no confidence in my daughter's guidance now. Since she ran away from home for the first time, I have known that I am no longer able to guide her. Shi Zhaoyang nodded and said, the two of us seem to have nothing to say now except about your daughter. Huang Xinping said, this daughter is making me restless. What else can I say? Coming out of classic coffee, Huang Xinping went to his daughter's aunt's house again and, following the advice discussed with Shi Zhaoyang, said to her daughter, Daughter, when my female classmate went, the teacher said that their school was holding an art exhibition and suggested that you go and take a look. In addition, he also arranged to meet with the foreign teacher at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. She said, you will definitely be interested. In order to give his daughter a good impression of teacher Shi Zhaoyang, Huang Xinping introduced some interesting stories about teacher Shi. He said, Daughter, you will definitely like teacher Shi at this time. I will tell you a story and you will know. So, Huang Xinping found that when Shi Zhaoyang and her daughter Pan Xiaoyi were kissed by a boy in high school, the school made a big fuss about dealing with these two students, and Shi Zhaoyang's approach was extraordinary. She rushed to the school as soon as possible and gave the class teacher a harsh lesson. She said that my daughter was kissed by a boy, which means she was liked by the boys. It's not surprising, but it shows that my daughter is very excellent, right? My daughter's grades are not lower than the top 4 in her grade. Moreover, it is normal for children of this age to be youthful and fond of excellent opposite sex. It's abnormal that no one likes such an excellent girl. Don't you teachers come from this age? Is it worth making a big fuss about? This statement left the school teachers, including the principal, speechless. After hearing this, Huang Chenshan really became interested in the teacher at that time. Because in her impression, parents always listen to the teacher, regardless of whether the child is really wrong or not, they want the child to listen to the teacher. So, this parent dares to criticize the school teachers, and she finds it very satisfying. So she expressed her willingness to meet teacher Shi. Huang Xinping called Shi Zhaoyang and told him about his daughter's willingness to meet him. Shi Zhaoyang said, tomorrow, I'll come pick her up. The next morning, Huang Xinping thought he could transition his daughter to Zhaoyang with peace of mind. However, Zhang Shaoling called and said that her daughter was making a big fuss with her aunt, saying she was going out for a few days, and asked Huang Xinping to come over quickly. Huang Xinping was immediately dumbfounded. Did Huang Chenshan change her mind again? Without hesitation, Huang Xinping rushed over immediately. Downstairs from her aunt's house, I heard my daughter shouting and shouting, it was like hysteria. Huang Xinping walked swiftly into the room and heard his daughter threatening to jump off the building. Seeing Huang Xinping approaching, her daughter's voice softened, but she hid in the study, closing the door tightly and not seeing anyone. Her uncle had to enter the balcony from the second bedroom window, enter the study from the balcony, and open the door. Huang Xinping saw his daughter's hair scattered and her eyes red and swollen. He restrained his emotions and sat next to his daughter. She was also much quieter, sending messages on her phone while talking to Huang Xinping. Huang Xinping estimated that she would send a mobile message to her playmate about her situation, and then negotiate with her father to go out. Huang Chenshan occasionally showed restless emotions, insisting on running away, breaking free from Huang Xinping's hand, and going to open the door. Zhang Shaoling blocked the door, looking anxious. Huang Chenshan seemed to see that she couldn't walk out, or that her playmate had received news. She briefly quieted down and sat back in front of the computer in her study, playing zombie games. Huang Xinping's goal is to bring his daughter over to Zhaoyang. In order to enter her daughter's heart and make her accept herself, she took out a bank storage card and told her that there was over 500 yuan in the card. And it was said that this was not encouraging her to run away, but rather that the girl couldn't lack money. Under no circumstances should you ask for money from others, nor should you ask for what others have given you. If necessary, send a message to her father and he will transfer money to her card. Huang Chenshan is indeed interested in storage cards and asks about how to use them. When her daughter's emotions stabilized, Huang Xinping said about meeting the foreign teacher in the afternoon. We had already discussed it with you last night, but the teacher and the foreign teacher had already made an appointment, so it's not good to make any changes. If we don't go, one father will lose face, and the other foreign teacher will think that we Chinese people don't have integrity, so they look down on Chinese people. Huang Xinping knows that his daughter is a straightforward person, and if someone else is in trouble, she is willing to help. So, when Huang Xinping expressed difficulty, she appeared very sensible and wanted to give Huang Xinping face. So he discussed with his father, can we take Qin Wenqing to see the foreign teacher together? Huang Xinping is speechless. Then I need to ask Teacher Shi for his opinion. As he spoke, he called Shi Zhaoyang and without hesitation, he said, sure, as long as she is happy. When the teacher agreed, Huang Chenshan immediately hid on the balcony and called, saying, let's go meet with the foreign teacher in the afternoon first, and then run away. You take everything with you. 8. Change your appearance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Xinping felt very bitter when he heard his daughter discussing with Qin Wenqing. It seems that my daughter's heart has already flown out, making it difficult to keep her at home. Shi Zhaoyang was his last life-saving straw, and he secretly told her about his daughter and Qin Wenqing who wanted to take the opportunity to escape. Huang Xinping no longer left his daughter half a step away and dared not be careless at all. Even at noon, he eats at Xiaoshan's aunt's house. Everything in the factory has been temporarily put aside. Looking for the taste of Huang Chenshan, Huang Xinping has already felt bitter and afraid. Not to mention the cold wind and the hard work of shuttling between internet cafes, but only the disappointment when he couldn't find his daughter, and only the worry of the vast night for his daughter, it is very tiring. After returning home, I still tossed and turned and couldn't fall asleep. Huang Xinping called this kind of life a hellish day. Until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Huang Chenshan prepared to go out as scheduled and brought her own big and small bags. Huang Xinping deliberately asked, why bring so many things out? Huang Chenshan said, it's nothing, the clothes I brought to Qin Wenqing are fun. Huang Xinping said, are you playing with Qin Wenqing again? I don't agree. Huang Chenshan's face immediately darkened, and the situation became deadlocked again. Huang Chenshan promised that it was almost time to meet Shi Zhaoyang. At this moment, a call from Shi Zhaoyang came, asking if Huang Chenshan had left. Under helplessness, Huang Xinping had no choice but to go downstairs immediately. However, Huang Chenshan pouted and did not move. So Huang Xinping compromised and just went to meet Shi Zhaoyang, hand her over to him, and then see the situation. Huang Xinping said, as you please. Huang Chenshan only agreed to go downstairs. However, Huang Chenshan had just left but returned to her room. Huang Xinping felt a chill in his heart, it's over. He followed in and knocked on the door, asking, Xiaoshan, what's going on? There is no response inside. Huang Xinping had to wait at the door, thinking of a solution. In no time, the door opened and Huang Chenshan walked out. She just changed into a new outfit, put on her aunt's black woolen long coat, changed into the tight pants with several small holes in the knees, and put on another pair of pants. When Huang Xinping took his daughter downstairs, Shi Zhaoyang was talking to her phone in front of her car, ignoring Huang Xinping's father and daughter's arrival. In Huang Chenshan's view, Shi Zhaoyang does not seem like a university teacher, or rather, not the teacher she imagined. She was wearing white pants, which made her legs look very slender, which was what Huang Chenshan envied the most. There is also a plaid hat with a brim on the teacher's head, which makes her not only unique but also very energetic, and the big eyes under the brim of the hat, as well as the long eyelashes, were all very charming, which Huang Chenshan accepted in her heart. After Zhaoyang finished his phone call, Huang Xinping said to his daughter, this is what I often refer to as Teacher Zhaoyang, my father's high school classmate. Huang Chenshan politely shouted, Teacher Shi, my name is Huang Chenshan. Shi Zhaoyang's face was very bright. He looked up and down at Huang Chenshan and said, well, Huang Chenshan. Very polite. Very cute. He looked left and right and said, "You are exactly the same as your father when he was in middle school." Huang Chenshan said, "They all say I look like my dad." Shi Zhaoyang looked at Huang Chenshan's face again and again, appearing to like it very much. "I seem to have seen such a beautiful face somewhere before." "Do you think so?" In one sentence, Huang Chenshan also carefully looked at the beautiful teacher in front of her, and then fell into memory. "You look very much like the beautiful teacher I met on the train." Shi Zhaoyang exclaimed exaggeratedly, "Is that right?" "Let me think, it's really true. You have a row of earrings on your ears, right?" As he spoke, he went to lift Huang Chenshan's hair around her ears. Huang Chenshan unconsciously dodged Shi Zhaoyang's hand, not letting the earrings show. Shi Zhaoyang seemed to be certain that they had met on the train, so he cheered again and said, "Oh my God, it's really you. Then we really got along. Isn't it? Come and give it a hug." Huang Chenshan hesitated for a moment, then took a step forward and hugged the beautiful teacher. Shi Zhaoyang finished his performance and then introduced a girl next to her to Huang Chenshan, saying, "This is my daughter, Pan Xiaoyi." "Hello sister," Huang Chenshan took the initiative to say hello. "Hello Uncle Huang, hello Sister Ashen." Pan Xiaoyi greeted them politely. Shi Zhaoyang's daughter looks very elegant, white and clean, with a head of linen-colored long hair falling on her shoulders. The plaid skirt extends to the knees, and a pair of long leather boots are worn on the feet. She is already taller than her mother. A beautiful woman. "Get on the bus." Shi Zhaoyang turned around and got on the bus. Pan Xiao took Huang Chenshan's hand and sat in the back row. "Sister, you're so beautiful." Huang Chenshan's mouth was very sweet. "You too, such a lovely little girl," Pan Xiaoyi responded. Huang Xinping breathed a sigh of relief as he watched his daughter disappear from teacher Zhaoyang's car at any moment. He returned home and watched TV, but his heart was still thinking about his daughter, worried about whether Huang Chenshan and Qin Wenqing, as they had agreed, would slip away after meeting the foreign teacher. At that time, finding my daughter would be as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack. And if Huang Chenshan really wants to run away from home, it is estimated that Shi Zhaoyang has no way out. Huang Xinping became increasingly restless as he thought about it. At this moment, Shi Zhaoyang's call came in, which frightened Huang Xinping. Did his daughter run away? Shi Zhaoyang said, "Your daughter is very cute, I really like her." "Oh, it startled me. I thought she ran away. I can't run." An hour later, Shi Zhaoyang called again and said, "What earrings are she wearing?" "They're all rusty. I'm going to throw them away." Huang Xinping was still nervous when answering the phone. Soon, the hanging heart was let go again. After a few minutes, Shi Zhaoyang's phone came in again and said, "How did you bring this girl with you? She didn't take a shower or something. Her hair is all scabbed, like a homeless child." Huang Xinping thought, "Isn't it a homeless child? Huang Chenshan ran away from home. Can we stay at this house and borrow from that house for one night?" Shi Zhaoyang's phone occasionally keeps in touch with Huang Xinping. Although there were no unexpected situations on Shi Zhaoyang's phone, Huang Xinping was still most afraid of it because he was still worried. This time, after Shi Zhaoyang connected his phone, he asked Huang Xinping to talk to Xiaoshan. Huang Xinping heard his daughter smile happily and said that Dingzhou University is very beautiful and fun. He just felt a little relieved. He seemed to see that Huang Chenshan was very happy in the new campus of the school. He watched the art exhibition and asked questions from time to time. Shi Zhaoyang asked Pan Xiaoyi to accompany Huang Chenshan and answer her questions. Huang Chenshan looked around and suddenly waved happily at the school gate. Shi Zhaoyang saw a little girl in the distance who was about the same age as Huang Chenshan, waving in response to her. When I got closer, I saw Qin Wenqing's dress. He had yellow hair, black eyes like a panda, black lips, black nail polish, and a small satchel of an adult in his arm. There was no trace of a girl. He was just like a sister.in.law in the society. Shi Zhaoyang should have been shocked. She realized that this girl was probably Qin Wenqing, as Huang Xinping had mentioned. Despite years of studying high school student rebellion, she was still surprised by the girl's unique attire. Shi Zhaoyang thought that Huang Chenshan must be kept away from this girl. Such students are probably more than just rebellious. Professor Shi, take your daughter to see an art exhibition, said a teacher from a school to Shi Zhaoyang. Huang Chenshan looked at Shi Zhaoyang and asked, "Is Teacher Shi a professor?" What's wrong? Doesn't it look like that? Huang Chenshan looked very impressed and said, "I used to think professors were all bad old men. You don't look like professors at all. Why? You are very young and beautiful. Your father and I are classmates, how could we be young? However, I'll tell you the key to being young is to have a sunny mindset and be happy every day. Look at you, today you're dressed too old-fashioned, too mature, and not suitable for your age. These clothes shouldn't be yours, they belong to your family, right? Yes, this is my aunt's clothes. When I watch the art exhibition later, there are also foreign teachers. You need to take care of them for me. Look at you, your hair is so curled up, it's not the hairstyle of a child your age. Come to our school's hairstyle salon for a wash later, and it will be natural. Look at my sister, isn't she beautiful? Pretty also, your earrings are too exaggerated, so a large row is not suitable for your middle school students. It's best not to wear them. Let me see, these earrings are all rusty and can cause ear infections and illnesses. Take them off quickly." Huang Chenshan's ears lit up, and Shi Zhaoyang took off the earrings and threw them into the water pool by the roadside. Before Huang Chenshan could react, Shi Zhaoyang said, "Don't wear them when you're a student. I've thrown away all of my students' earrings." When passing by the hair salon, Shi Zhaoyang took Huang Chenshan in to wash her hair. Qin Wenqing had no choice but to sit down on the grass outside the door as he was not invited. Along the way, she saw the female teacher not even looking at her, but decisively took off Huang Chenshan's earrings and threw them into the pool. She was dazzled by the sight and felt uneasy in her heart. Huang Chenshan saw Qin Wenqing outside the door and wanted to call her in, but was deliberately interrupted by Shi Zhaoyang, saying, Xiaoshan just needs to tidy up a little, she must be a beautiful woman." Half an hour later, Huang Chenshan calmly cut her hair. Shi Zhaoyang was always by his side, talking to Pan Xiaoyi, asking him to treat Huang Chenshan like a younger sister, study hard, get into college, and play together. Huang Chenshan's new hairstyle came out, but she said, "Why is it like this? It's too rookie." Pan Xiao said to Huang Chenshan, "Wow, it's so beautiful, a beautiful woman." "Really?" "Of course. In the library, many people are watching art exhibitions. This is something that Huang Chenshan is interested in, and she was very addicted at the moment." Pan Xiaoyi and a foreign teacher occasionally communicate their feelings about the art exhibition in English. Of course, he also introduced the foreign teacher to Huang Chenshan, but the foreign teacher said, "Hello, little beauty," to Huang Chenshan in Chinese. Huang Chenshan said, "Hello," in English, but the two of them probably knew some simple words, and could only shrug their shoulders. Soon, Huang Chenshan was whispering to Qin Wenqing. Shi Zhaoyang deliberately said loudly, "Pan Xiaoyi, let's go eat Japanese cuisine later. It's a new restaurant opened at Huayan Shopping Mall. You take Xiaoshan's sister with you." Sure enough, Huang Chenshan's ear reached out and said, "Wow, I like it." Then, Huang Chenshan timidly asked Shi Zhaoyang, "Teacher Shi, can I take my friends to dinner together?" Shi Zhaoyang replied, "Okay, as long as you're happy. After watching the art exhibition, go eat Japanese cuisine." Pan Xiao sat in the passenger seat, while Huang Chenshan and Qin Wenqing sat in the back seat. Qin Wenqing seems to be very afraid of teacher Shi and always whispers to Huang Chenshan. Shi Zhaoyang said, teachers like children to have a sunny mentality. If they have anything to say, it's best to put it on the table and not whisper to each other. Two people sitting in the back row no longer whisper, but exchange messages with each other, only hearing constant beeps in the back row. Shi Zhaoyang speculated that their topic should be discussing how to escape. But they won't be given a chance. At least they are still interested in Japanese cuisine. After dinner at around 8 p.m. Shi Zhaoyang called Huang Xinping and said, I'll send Huang Chenshan back. Huang Xinping admired both Shi Zhaoyang and his methods when he heard that Huang Chenshan had not gone out. At the foot of Aunt Xiaoshan's house, Huang Xinping saw Shi Zhaoyang's car. At this moment, he saw Qin Wenqing hurriedly getting off the car and leaving without looking back, as if afraid that Huang Xinping would see it or be caught by him. Shi Zhaoyang and Pan Qiao bid farewell to Huang Xinping and then drove away. Huang Xinping took his daughter back to her aunt's house, but Huang Chenshan shook off Huang Xinping and caught up with Qin Wenqing, who had walked far away, talking non-stop on the roadside. Huang Xinping didn't want them to talk too much and was worried that Qin Wenqing would pull Huang Chenshan away, so he leaned over. Qin Wenqing saw Huang Xinping coming over and quickly crossed the road. Huang Chenshan also wanted to chase after him, but was pulled by Huang Xinping. At this moment, the traffic on the road was quite heavy, and Huang Chenshan was pulled by her father and couldn't go there. She had to call Qin Wenqing's phone, and the two of them spoke on their phones again. As Huang Xinping let go, Huang Chenshan chased across the road again to talk to Qin Wenqing. Huang Xinping suddenly thought that he should persuade Qin Wenqing to go home, so he also crossed the road. As a result, Qin Wenqing saw Huang Xinping approaching, turned around and left, hastily stopping a taxi and leaving. Huang Xinping brought his daughter back to her aunt's house, and then called Shi Zhaoyang to inform him of the scene where Huang Chenshan and Qin Wenqing had been stuck just now, expressing his concerns. 9. Recognize your godmother. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Shi Zhaoyang was very satisfied with Huang Chenshan's performance over the phone and told Huang Xinping that he had already made an appointment with Huang Chenshan to go to the provincial wildlife park tomorrow. Huang Xinping is still worried that his daughter may have deceived Shi Zhaoyang, saying that she may change her mind tomorrow or take the opportunity to leave on the road. He expressed his concern to Zhang Xiaoling, who nodded silently. Huang Chenshan often had such incidents, and the two of them slept nervously. The next day happened to be Sunday. Shi Zhaoyang drove on time and waited downstairs at Aunt Huang Chenshan's house. Of course, Huang Xinping also rushed over from home. After all, Shi Zhaoyang and his daughter were not very familiar with each other, so he could act as a liaison to thread needles and other things in the middle. Huang Chenshan usually sleeps in bed and doesn't get up to wash up until 10 o'clock. Today, she woke up early, hoping to go to Zhaoyang to see the wild animals at the same time. Moreover, she didn't have breakfast because she agreed to have breakfast with the teacher. Huang Xinping chose to eat noodles in Heshuan, where the noodles are handmade and have a great taste. Upon meeting, Huang Chenshan happily grabbed Shi Zhaoyang's hand and shouted, "Good morning, Teacher Shi." Obviously, Xiao Shan really likes Shi Zhaoyang. Shi Zhaoyang said, "It's good for you to call me a teacher, but I'm an associate professor at a university. If I were to educate you as a junior high school student, you would be too arrogant. You hired a professor as a tutor. So, don't call me a teacher, can you be my daughter? Call me godmother, okay?" Upon hearing this, Huang Chenshan jumped up with joy and said, "All right, my mother happened to let me know a godmother. She said it's easier for my daughter to take care of her." Godmother. Huang Chenshan's mouth was sweet and she immediately changed her voice and shouted, "Ah, my dear daughter." Shi Zhaoyang responded with great joy. Huang Xinping was also pleased to see this. "Because I've been wanting to find a godmother for my daughter for a long time, but there hasn't been a suitable person. Shi Zhaoyang, this godmother, is certainly a desirable choice. However, he added, let's call it Auntie. When the teacher was from Guangdong, Cantonese people like to use, before their name and address. Huang Chenshan looked at Shi Zhaoyang and immediately corrected him by shouting, Auntie. After eating noodles, Shi Zhaoyang drove away with Huang Chenshan, and Huang Xinping took a taxi home by himself. He felt much more at ease in his heart, feeling that his daughter liked Shi Zhaoyang. He successfully transitioned his daughter to Shi Zhaoyang, and the rest of his homework was up to Shi Zhaoyang. An hour later, Shi Zhaoyang's car arrived at the provincial capital New Wildlife Park. Due to its new opening and extensive advertising, all parts of the province are aware of this news. At the entrance of the wildlife park, there is already a sea of people. Shi Zhaoyang was worried about parking space issues and had already found a place to settle down the car. Huang Chenshan was already excited when she saw so many people, and even said it must be fun. Entering the wildlife park, many monkeys were chasing and fighting on a rockery at the entrance. There is an artificial waterfall on the rockery, forming a water curtain cave, much like Sun Wukong's hometown in Journey to the West. Shi Zhaoyang asked, have you read the book, Journey to the West? This mountain was built based on the flower and fruit mountain in the book. Huang Chenshan looked puzzled and then said, I know the story of Sun Wukong causing chaos in the heavenly palace. Shi Zhaoyang said, your father's article is very good. Didn't he show you these 4 famous works of the heavenly dynasty? Sister Pan Xiao finished reading them in elementary school, otherwise she wouldn't have had time to read them in high school. Huang Chenshan saw a monkey wriggling around with its red buttocks exposed, as if imitating a human's but twisting dance, and also raising its hand to follow suit. After seeing Flower and Fruit Mountain, they continued to walk forward. At this moment, Shi Zhaoyang felt the sun getting stronger and stronger, so he looked around, hoping to find something to shade Xiaoshan. She doesn't like to use umbrellas. A few years ago, when she went to Europe, almost every woman in the entire tour group had a parasol. On a certain western square, many umbrellas are blooming in the crowd, like scattered lotus leaves in a pond, becoming a scenery with an eastern flavor. And foreigners not only don't use umbrellas to shade themselves, but also lie on the grass and sunbathe bare-handed, which is called sunbathing. Shi Zhaoyang is the only Chinese woman who doesn't have a big umbrella. She thinks her skin color is relatively dark anyway, and even a little sun exposure won't make it much darker. She also narcissistically referred to herself as a healthy malt color. Shi Zhaoyang saw many top hats hanging on the roadside, just like the hat on the head of a Kangba man she saw in Zizeng. So he took Huang Chenshan's hand and said, daughter, look at this hat. I remember a story when I was in Zizeng, but it's a shameless thing for me. Really, I want to hear it. Huang Chenshan curiously waited with his mother's story. Okay, you stinky daughter, you just want to see Auntie make a fool of herself, right? Shi Zhaoyang said, exaggeratedly pinching Huang Chenshan with his hand. Shi Zhaoyang told the story of living in a dilapidated school when he was in Zizeng, and said with emotion. The children there are really hard, but they don't have good conditions when they want to study. However, many children in the mainland have good conditions in all aspects, but they don't cherish it, and it's not easy to study. She observed Huang Chenshan's reaction with her eyes. Huang Chenshan looked around very uncomfortable. Shi Zhaoyang continued, in that school, there is a very handsome Kangba young man, that's what makes him handsome. Shi Zhaoyang deliberately paused, clicking his mouth, expressing his lascivious appearance. I said, handsome man, I want to marry you. And as a result, that Kangba young man ran away, faster than a rabbit. Ha ha ha. Huang Chenshan couldn't close her mouth with a smile and said, Auntie, you're lascivious. I'm so embarrassed. I scared them away, Shi Zhaoyang deliberately joked about himself. They bought 2 top hats and fastened them on their heads. One moment holding hands and running wildly, another leisurely and leisurely. It has attracted the attention of many tourists. Huang Chenshan likes the feeling of being chased, so she is very cooperative with her mother's behavior. When encountering a host who was soliciting photos, Shi Zhaoyang immediately responded, "Come, take a picture of me and my daughter." She picked up Huang Chenshan's hand, chose an open peacock in the background, and set up a pose. The young man taking the photo quickly pressed the shutter button, and immediately a colorful photo popped up. "Oh, it's so beautiful. You look like your daughter. They are just two sisters." The young man who took the photo boasted. "It's so beautiful. Come on, let me take a photo with my daughter and the elephant." So the young man who took the photo followed to the elephant and clicked on a photo. "Oh my, this one is even better. Let me do the advertisement. Your mother and daughter are not only beautiful, but also very active, not like a mother and daughter." The young man taking the photo rubbed his lips with honey. "So, could you please take another picture with my phone? I want to send a message." Shi Zhaoyang suddenly thought of sending Huang Xinping a picture of this scene. Quickly, the joyful appearance of Shi Zhaoyang and his daughter in the animal park was transmitted to Huang Xinping through their mobile phone messages. Huang Xinping saw it and couldn't express his admiration for the traction ability of Shi Zhaoyang. Shi Zhaoyang walked forward with Huang Chenshan and stopped by the crocodile pond. Those crocodiles are motionless, not afraid of such cold weather. It's like sculptures, including the young crocodile. Shi Zhaoyang saw the young crocodile and suddenly had an idea that inspired wisdom. So she asked Huang Chenshan to count how many crocodiles were in the crocodile pool. Huang Chenshan counted carefully and told Shi Zhaoyang, "There are a total of 19. Auntie. No, you miscalculated. Count it again." Shi Zhaoyang pretended to be contemptuous, meaning that he couldn't even do such a simple thing. Huang Chenshan really counted again, there were still 19. However, she didn't say it and secretly counted it 3 times, still 19. This time, Huang Chenshan said with certainty, "There are 19. I counted them 3 times. I guess you didn't see that crocodile cub. Its body is smaller, so you may not have seen it." Shi Zhaoyang suddenly realized and said, "I ordered one less, but it's okay to miss one. There are still 18 more." Xiao Shan was surprised and said, "How can we do that? Even though it's a crocodile cub, it's still a life after all. Her mother would be sad if she lost one. There are too many crocodiles in the world, it really doesn't matter if one is missing. Just like there are people in the world, it doesn't matter if one is missing. However, you're also right. For crocodile mothers, it would be sad if one is missing." Shi Zhaoyang said thoughtfully, "So, each of us should value life, cherish life, don't die casually, and don't make mom sad." Shi Zhaoyang saw Huang Chenshan remain silent and knew that she had already heard this, so he moved the topic away. "Hey, daughter. You say, we're looking at animals here. Those monkeys, elephants, and so on, they're also looking at us with big eyes open. Do they also treat us like animals? Who are animals? Who are they looking at?" Shi Zhaoyang said with a tongue twister. "Huang Chenshan was brought up by the topic of auntie, and I feel the same way. It's wonderful to think from a different perspective. So, what's the difference between humans and animals?" Shi Zhaoyang was still puzzled. It seems that Huang Chenshan is going to answer this question. Huang Chenshan saw his mother in confusion and said her own thoughts. "The main difference between humans and animals is that humans can speak, humans have emotions, and humans have thoughts." Shi Zhaoyang shook his head and said, "Animals have animal language, haven't you heard birds chirping? Animals also have emotions, haven't you seen monkey mothers running around carrying monkey cubs, protecting children? Yes, humans have thoughts and wisdom, but animals don't. So, how can human thoughts be good, and how can they be smarter and more intelligent?" The last question from Zhaoyang seemed to be for Huang Chenshan to answer, just like a teacher inspiring students in class. Huang Chenshan said almost without thinking, "You need to learn, only by learning can you become smarter. Well, my daughter is so smart. When I was a student, I had to make the most of my time to study. But after entering society, I have to work seriously. The tasks of each period are different. So, my daughter, you can't miss school. Shi Zhaoyang said earnestly. At the same time, she tightly grasped Huang Chenshan's hand as if giving her strength. Well, I understand. Auntie, I'll go to school tomorrow. Huang Chenshan's eyes lit up a lot. After seeing it, Shi Zhaoyang felt extremely pleased. Good daughter, you're going to school tomorrow, and Auntie will come to pick you up in person, Shi Zhaoyang said while taking advantage of the heat. Huang Xinping was at home and received a message from Shi Zhaoyang. Your daughter said she will go to school tomorrow. Are you happy? After reading it, Huang Xinping couldn't believe it. In the evening, Shi Zhaoyang sent Huang Chenshan back to Huang Xinping. Huang Chenshan still had to go to her aunt's house to sleep, and Huang Xinping didn't force herself either. He thought that as long as his daughter could go to school, sleeping anywhere would be the same. He was originally going to invite Shi Zhaoyang to dinner, but Shi Zhaoyang said he had to deal with the matter of his own child at home, so let's skip it. Huang Xinping also felt that it had already delayed Shi Zhaoyang a lot of time, and it was unreasonable to take up her time again. Huang Xinping and Zhang Shaoling were also with Xiaoshan at her aunt's house, listening to her daughter talk about her experiences in the animal park. She said that the teacher was really having fun at this time and recognized her as her goddaughter. Meanwhile, show off the photos taken in the animal park. Zhang Shaoling looked at her daughter so happy and didn't know what magic the teacher had used at that moment. Is it really the teacher who recognizes you as a goddaughter? Seems incredulous. Xiaoshan, I heard from your father that you promised to go to school tomorrow. Zhang Shaoling was half convinced. Do you think it's possible? I think. I'm just making her happy. What? Are you just evading the teacher's advice? Can she not comply with her spending so much money on me? Huang Chenshan is going to play computer games again. Her aunt's son is also a master who loves playing games. However, whenever his sister wants to play, he always wisely moves aside and gives the computer to Xiaoshan's sister. Huang Chenshan also protects this younger brother like an older sister, and their relationship is really good. Huang Xinping saw that his daughter was relatively quiet, so he went to the living room to watch TV. Later, Huang Chenshan told Huang Xinping that she wanted to go out for a while. Huang Xinping asked where she was going, and Xiaoshan said she was downstairs, talking to a friend about something. Huang Xinping asked who it was, but Huang Chenshan didn't say anything, pouting and putting on shoes at the door. Hong Lijuan signaled to Huang Xinping to follow Xiaoshan. So Huang Xinping said to Xiaoshan, daughter, it's very late now. As a girl, I don't trust you. Let me go down with you. Huang Chenshan looked very disgusted and said, I've been out for so many days and nothing's happened. What can happen now? I'm afraid I'll run away from home, right? 10. Midnight SMS. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Chenshan has gone out, and Huang Xinping believes in her daughter. However, his heart was not stable, and an ominous feeling made him restless. He was thinking, who could this friend be? If it's Qin Wen, it seems acceptable because after all, they have their phone number and can keep track of Huang Chenshan's movements at any time. The most feared thing is that the girls in the special training school always drag Huang Chenshan to be with them, telling their daughter not to go to school and to play with her outside. My daughter is not sure if she is rebellious or immature in this regard. She always refuses to listen to her parents and instead listens to those so-called friends outside. In the eyes of those friends, parents are their opposite and enemies. So, they all thought about how to escape the control and constraints of their parents and live a free and easy life. Huang Chenshan returned at the agreed time, but it seems that she is not very happy. After entering, I went to the study and closed the door. Upon seeing it, Huang Xinping's mood suddenly became depressed. Has she been brainwashed by her playmate again? So Huang Xinping went to knock on the door of the study, and his daughter inside said she was going to sleep. Huang Xinping insisted on talking to Huang Chenshan, so his daughter opened the door. Huang Xinping said, "Go to bed early. You promised the teacher to go to school tomorrow." Huang Chenshan immediately replied, "I won't go." "But you promised teacher sure that you would go to school." "That's to comfort her." "Why did you lie to her?" "It's not lying to her, it's giving you face." "But she'll think you're lying to her." "But she doesn't have to take it seriously either. She's just a lobbyist you invited." "She's not a lobbyist. She's my classmate and also my good friend. She really hopes you can go to school. But I'm just comforting her. I can't communicate with my daughter." Seeing that it was already late, Huang Xinping had to quietly tell her aunt to lock the door at night. After speaking, Huang Xinping went home. Looking forward to Zhaoyang tomorrow to pick up and lead people to class. At around 11 o'clock in the evening, Huang Xinping was about to go to bed and rest when his phone message rang. Upon seeing it, it was a message from his daughter Huang Chenshan. "It's over, I've been wanting to die. It seems there's nothing I can do." Upon seeing it, Huang Xinping's heart tightened again, feeling indescribable pain in her heart. It seems that my daughter is still making difficult choices. He never knew whether his daughter always talked about death, was it a catchphrase or really had the idea of dying. If it's the latter, then what makes my daughter so discouraged? Sometimes when I see Huang Chenshan tearing her hair and cutting her wrist in pain, I wonder how painful her heart really is, and Huang Xinping's heart is also torn to the point of blood by her daughter's tearing action. Huang Xinping immediately forwarded this information to Shi Zhaoyang. However, she did not receive any response, whether she was asleep or not. However, Huang Xinping didn't bother anymore because it was already late at night. Huang Xinping also slept, but he didn't sleep soundly and always paid attention to the sound of phone messages. Sometimes I hear the sound of phone messages, but when I pick them up, there is nothing. He has already hallucinated. He simply placed his phone next to the pillow for easy viewing. Although he knew that his phone had radiation, he couldn't care anymore. Huang Xinping fell asleep at some point and suddenly woke up again. He struggled to open his eyes, which were sore. This is clearly a manifestation of insufficient sleep. He still remembered his daughter for the first time. Could there be any information about Huang Chenshan? So Huang Xinping took out his phone from under his pillow, and there was indeed a message for his daughter. "I really don't like the feeling of being forced, I just need some time to think, I don't need others to praise me for my good, I can break my promise to others at any time, I am bad, hard reasoning is useless to me. A university teacher is very kind to me, and her words can make my conscience uneasy when I do that. She said that I would lose her like that, and I am in a dilemma. I don't want everyone to worry about me, I don't want others to be so good to me, I am very annoyed. I just need some time to think, but there is nothing I can do. Although I know I'll lose everything when I leave, I don't even want to think about it anymore. I want to die. I don't know why I hate and get annoyed when I mention school. I don't want anything anymore. Actually, I don't want to run away. I feel tired in my heart, but I always feel like there's nothing I can do." After reading the information, Huang Xinping's heart was almost numb and still felt a faint pain. The message was sent at 5 a.m., and it seems that my daughter didn't sleep well either. She struggled, lost, and wandered throughout the night. The words, "I can break my promise to others at any time, I'm bad, and I want to die," kept stirring in his mind, causing him to feel dizzy and disoriented. Although Huang Xinping didn't want to disturb Shi Zhaoyang, he still forwarded Huang Chenshan's message to her. Fortunately, it's almost dawn now. Meanwhile, Huang Xinping was worried about Huang Chenshan, so she replied with a message to comfort her daughter. "Daughter, you should believe that tomorrow will be even better, don't worry too much. Also, you should believe that teacher Shi is capable of helping you out of difficulties. Huang Chenshan sent another message. I don't know how to say it, forget it, I don't want to say it. Huang Xinping analyzed his daughter's information, which showed that she still didn't want to go to school, but she agreed to teacher Shi, so she was very difficult and wanted to die. Because the characteristic of a daughter is that what she promises cannot be violated, especially when it comes to promises to friends. And this information indicates that she will break her promise and call herself very bad. After much thought, Huang Xinping felt that it was too early to let Huang Chenshan go to school now. So he quickly messaged Shi Zhaoyang and suggested not to go to school for now. It's finally dawn. Huang Chenshan put on her school uniform because she promised the teacher to go to school. Her aunt happily said to Huang Xinping on the phone, "Is Xiao ready to go to school?" She has already put on her school uniform. Huang Xinping said, "Really?" However, she promised that the teacher would go to school. Huang Xinping rushed to her aunt's house. Seeing her daughter really wearing school uniform, her expression was not pleasant. At 7:15, Shi Zhaoyang was already waiting downstairs, but Huang Chenshan hid in her aunt's bedroom and refused to come out. Shi Zhaoyang called Huang Xinping and asked why he hasn't come downstairs yet. Huang Xinping informed the situation that Huang Chenshan had put on her school uniform, but she hid in the room and couldn't come out. At this moment, Shi Zhaoyang called Huang Chenshan again but did not answer. Huang Xinping could hear her daughter's phone ringing non-stop in her aunt's bedroom. At this moment, the bedroom door opened, but the daughter came out of her aunt's bedroom, handed the phone to Huang Xinping, and then returned to the room, closing the door. When Huang Xinping took office, the phone from Zhaoyang rang, but he didn't answer it. He asked Huang Chenshan to hear the ringing of the phone. Huang Chenshan never showed up and left the phone there, letting it ring. Shi Zhaoyang had no choice but to call Huang Xinping and ask, "What is the reason why your daughter is not answering the phone?" Huang Xinping explained the reason for not answering her phone and said, "Please come home to do work." Shi Zhaoyang hesitated. She was not used to going to a stranger's house, but after a moment, she still agreed. So Huang Xinping went downstairs, and picked up Shi Zhaoyang. After entering the room, Shi Zhaoyang did not directly open the door to her aunt's bedroom, but sat on the sofa, pondering. After a while, she suddenly stood up and headed straight to her aunt's bedroom. She knocked on the door and said, "My dear daughter, it's Auntie. Open the door." The door opened in response. Shi Zhaoyang immediately entered her aunt's bedroom and closed the door behind her. With the closed door, Huang Xinping felt like two worlds were separated, and his suspended heart temporarily let go. Actually, he is really worried that Huang Chenshan won't open the door. If the door is not opened, then the heart door that Huang Chenshan once opened for Shi Zhaoyang will also close, and it will be difficult to open again. Huang Xinping called the office director of his unit to ask for leave, saying that he would be late for work. At almost 9 o'clock, Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Chenshan walked out of the bedroom. Both of them had smiles on their faces. Shi Zhaoyang told Huang Xinping, "Go prepare and go to the island the day after tomorrow." Going to the island. Huang Xinping was chewing on this sentence. Yes, go to the island. Shi Zhaoyang's words proved that Huang Xinping did not hear it wrong. At this time, Huang Chenshan's uncle also returned home from the evening shift. Huang Xinping whispered a few words to her uncle, and then her uncle said to Huang Chenshan, "Don't worry, go out with Professor Shi for a few days. I'll explain it to your mother." In the afternoon, Shi Zhaoyang and Huang Chenshan made an appointment to buy clothes and prepare for a trip to the island. When Huang Chenshan arrived at the Huayan commercial building, she found that Shi Zhaoyang was still carrying an ant. Later, she found out that it was Xiao Xiaowei, the office manager of the university where Shi Zhaoyang was located, a colleague of his aunt. While strolling, Shi Zhaoyang received calls from Guang Qinghua and Xiao Hongmei, both of whom were about to have dinner. Shi Zhaoyang knew that it must be the bidding for the Campus Information Comprehensive Platform next week, so he declined. Both of them are classmates, so it should be easy to take care of their business. However, at this moment, Huang Chenshan is more important than her classmates' business. She only wants to be with Huang Chenshan and grasp some information. So she said she was going on a business trip for a few days, so she left today and came back to meet again. He and his supervisor Xiao Xiaowei took Huang Chenshan to eat hot pot self-service at Huayan Mall, and later called Huang Xinping as well. Huang Xinping was in the hot pot city and saw his daughter wearing new clothes, including shoes and socks, all over her body. In front of Huang Xinping, Shi Zhaoyang threw his daughter's original clothes into the trash can. Although Huang Chenshan was a bit stunned, she didn't say anything. Huang Xinping felt that his former daughter had returned, and that innocent and lovely girl had appeared again. Then, Shi Zhaoyang threw Huang Chenshan's phone into the trash can and said he would buy a new one when he returned from the island. And he said that when he arrived at the island, he also turned off his phone, didn't care about anything, played with peace of mind, and took a week off from all his former friends. After returning from the island, I will also change Huang Chenshan's phone number, so that those friends who always play with her can be completely cut off. Huang Chenshan felt that this grandma's demeanor was really different. Originally, her family was always obedient to her, who dared to do so. Strange to say, Huang Chenshan had some admiration for his mother in her heart. Huang Xinping was originally a bit worried about his daughter getting angry, but he didn't expect her daughter to listen. That night, Huang Chenshan finally left her aunt's house and went back to her own home to sleep.